This video contains rumors, speculation, strong opinions, and
welcome, members. It's members night. We got a hot night tonight. It's hot outside. It's hot on the panel. We got all these members on the panel and the chat. Thank you, all of you members. We'll start with Brian. Brian, thank you for joining us. And then next, Brian.
Long time member, first time participant. I hope everyone's doing okay tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian said he's going to bust my balls tonight.
Oh, yes. Yes,
All
this
right,
is the
we'll
full
see.
intention.
And Antonio, hi.
No,
Max
you're not
versus,
wrong.
I'm not versus Marcus. I'm not versus Rippa Donna Justice.
I mean, talk about somebody using something for clout. Am I right, RJ?
Oh, absolutely. Like he is popping right now. I'm going to use it to talk. I did some research earlier.
Do you know what they call those people that do that kind of stuff?
What?
I think it starts. It rhymes with hypocrite.
I'm a hypocrite. How?
Because, dude, you do the same damn thing. Like,
I do it in a different way. I do it in a different way.
One might argue potato, but at the end of the day, it's still a spud.
I'm in the middle. People in Hollywood say some shitty, weird, cringe things too, but ultimately they provide a better product. So far,
all right.
If Rippa, if the reviews are through the roof. And I still might get it. It's just, don't worry,
dude. Oh, thanks for reminding me, man. I don't even know what the hell I'm going to talk about tomorrow. No Star Trek.
Hey, there was an article. There was an article that I was going to bring up when you left, but you left last night, so I saved it.
My bad.
You could just bring it up if you want on 10 Forward is the best captains ranked. That would be cool. I would love to see you do that. This is a ripoff first channel right now.
Basically,
what?
We're promoting it.
Listen, the other thing that happened, even with this video, where I think it's just weird that it's that similar design.
That is not that similar. Dude is wearing a mask. Okay. Dude's got some like blue powered up thing going on.
No, but
he's wearing gloves. Okay. Not only that, but the similarities. What is it? Opposites day? No, because
exactly. The negative of the positive.
It's
of
not
the
a
outfit.
full negative. Look at the sides.
Look, he has a middle armband on the arm.
All I'm saying is you better not copy my character on DC Universe Online. Okay, that's all I'm saying. All right.
I'm saying
all the random characters.
It's very similar and odd because these are the two battling it out for the top Black creator comic book, independent comic books right now. Degrassi says Milestone Comics or get the F out. Yeah,
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, he just reads about, but that's what's profitable though. I understand why he doesn't talk about indie comics until he makes his own.
About them reeing. That's the whole. That's the mind bending.
I am not reeing. I am not. No. I am not upset that he made $2 million. I don't care. I do care.
Currently, you were not. Currently, you were not. But how did you get your content?
That's life. That's life
from taking shots at Kathleen Kennedy. Okay, it was taking shots at Geeks and Gamers, taking shots at other YouTubers and stuff. So it's like we complained about them complaining, and then
here, blame Saggy Melons. She inspired me by looking at.
Don't blame Saggy Melons. Saggy Melons is on point with this.
I'm joking. God.
Sorry.
Right. No.
I told you I'd bust your balls.
Yeah. I want to bring up Saggy's tweet because this is the only reason I found about this comic is because she was tweeting and she said he did it better. And then I'm like, well, did he? And I was like, okay, let me click on the link. Let me bring here. Let me bring this up.
Exactly.
He might make $5 million. I don't care. I don't want him to stop. I don't want him to stop. But does that mean that it's changed the industry, or that we might get TV shows?
Of course
and stuff
not.
like
I mean,
no,
I wouldn't
no.
expect something like this to resurrect something
It means
that's pretty much
it's
dead.
all it really means is it's profitable, right?
Well, first off, print media is dead. Like physical comic books. I mean, yes, aside from like nostalgic collectors, how many people actually buy magazines anymore? Or
print media is on its way out, but they should actually take cues from the independent scene and offer package deals like they do, maybe at a lower cost, to compete with indie comics. There is a market for it. Just do limited edition stuff. But here's where it's not a downside, Brian, because we're talking about two Black comic book creators with two owned by Black comic book creators, independent Black comic book creators for Black characters, and it's not owned by big corporations. So, is there a downside to talking about this? No. I don't think there's enough here to pursue anything legally or anything, but I just was like, okay, that was weird. That's all. I said WTF. And I used Tony's Rippaverse, which is funny. But you're right. Comic books do borrow from each other. Warner Brothers or DC and Marvel have consistently borrowed.
Well, how many writers
templates?
How many writers and artists have worked for both?
Yeah, exactly. Trying to get the first volume of The Boys, but I'm sure it's sold out. The Boys is amazing. There's what is RJ saying? I don't even want to highlight that.
No, somebody was saying something about. See, okay, it's hyperbole. Okay, that's what's bothering me about all of this.
Well, then you don't have you don't have to follow it, Brian.
Well,
you don't have to read everything in the chat. Yeah, you don't have to read anything. Just ignore stuff.
Do I sound? No, no. It's nothing to do with me. He was talking about.
Someone makes a dumb comment in the chat. Just ignore it.
Well,
unless it's really offensive. Yeah.
No, it's basically you don't want to be on the Otzi term around. Okay. And
yeah, that's exactly what my issue is with Rippa, because he says everything is token, and that's bullshit, and that's prejudice, and that gives a lot of ammunition to the horrendous arguments online about all these characters. When the real argument is, I think one of the main topics of this is, I forgot to bring up the thumbnail. Hold on, let me bring up the thumbnail.
Okay, this is why I always say, like, the glass houses in YouTube. Okay, like
here we go. This is an interesting debate. I was actually hoping more people would be in on the debate for tokens versus mantles, because this is a huge argument in geek culture, especially the comic book. It seems like, to me, in my opinion, that people are most aggressive when it's a mantle that's given to a diverse character and the skin colors changed from the original person that's held the mantle. But this is a staple of comic books. Comic book characters, a lot of them have mantles. Batman, Superman, Green Lantern, Captain America, all of them, they all have mantles and pass it off to someone else. A lot of them, at least. And Anthony Beltry has become a YouTube member. Thank you, Anthony. So that's what I wanted. We're going to react to Rippa's video, and then we're going to react to someone else's video. We have other topics, too. No, it's not true. It's not true. His arguments are so shallow and ignorant that he just says everything is a token. This is a lot of the reason that he's gotten so popular. And this is a lot of the reason that you go in the comment sections with a lot of NPC viewers on YouTube just saying, this character's a token, that character's a token. That's completely disrespectful. That means totally that you're saying this
is calling them Otzies in our chat, dude.
I do. I call that
not you personally. I'm just talking about people in our chat.
Why do you keep bringing it up? Who said that recently? Just one one person.
One person,
saying
but
it?
I'm just saying it's not totally uncommon to hear that kind of hyperbole in our own
Yes,
chat.
and this is where you say don't throw stones from glass houses.
Yes,
I don't call them Aussies.
no,
I call
you
them
don't.
ignorant.
But
I
people
call
who have
them
either been
bigoted.
on the panel or
Yeah.
have been in the chat have not been dealt with for making that kind of assertions. Okay, not even like no one batted an eye about it. And I'm not talking about tonight. I'm talking about in the past. I've been on the show with you for almost 2.5 years now.
I try to stop it if I notice it.
I know,
Yes.
you're normally good about it, but I'm just saying,
this is what frustrates me with my friends at small YouTube. I have only 42 people watching, Brian. You don't need to address everything. If some things do need addressed.
I'm just saying though, if we're gonna make the comparison, I'm going to make the comparison too. You can compare us to them just because I think we're a mirror image of them.
I literally said at the beginning of this stream that it's similar to calling everyone an Aussie. I literally said these words before you went on a rant. I literally said that.
Saying that for the people in the back.
I'm just clarifying you to one of my best friends here, Brian. I literally just said this at the beginning of the stream. Do not call everyone an Aussie. Do not do these things. The word loses meaning. It's more damaging. And the constant argument about tokenization is very prejudiced and ignorant towards these characters. You're saying these characters mean nothing when you say that. You wouldn't say someone got hired at a job that they were just a token hire. You're basically saying that about a fictional character, that they mean nothing. And that's not accurate. These characters have stories. If they were actually token characters, you should be able to prove that their character is just a whole representation, has no story, has no substance. And I think the majority of his arguments, when he calls everything a token, this is the dude that called Jon Stewart a token character. Oh,
Get
my
in
God.
here, member.
Yeah. That's where I wanted to have the little debate. But honestly, props to Saggy. But I checked out Ty the Animator, and I have some cool news for this comic too, which I'll bring up the website too. Here's the great thing. We're talking about Black comic book creators creating Black characters and owning it themselves independently. And we're talking about two different creators, and that's great. And one is getting a lot more traction than the other. And from what Saggy said, Rippa is doing it better. Now, the content of the comic, I don't think he is, but he is doing something where he's getting more traction. But I wanted to share with this. Hold on. Let me bring this up here. This art is amazing. I'm very intrigued by it. And I have some other stories about this comic line that may actually put it on your radar too, Brian, without having to buy a comic. Because I was doing research and I got intrigued. It's not
that I don't like comic books. I just don't like to read. Okay?
Well, I have a story for you then, brother. I have a story for you then. Hey, Isaac.
Hell yeah.
Yo. What's up, everyone?
I don't know if I want you here, Isaac. You were pretty harsh on me last night.
It's the man, the myth, the
That's
legend.
what she said.
You were super hard.
I'm just kidding. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that was a little racially motivated of me. I'm sorry.
Oh my God. But definitely check out this website is called godhoodcomics.com. And there is something else that's happening with this comic book creator. He has 3 comic book. This is actually a verse already. It's not called a verse, but it has Sharpshooter, the Antagonists, and Mega Woman.
Wait, is this all Rippaverse?
No,
it's
not Rippaverse.
To be honest, I have no idea what it is. I'm a boomer.
The reason we're talking about this comic book creator is because he was a little salty towards Rippa's success. And then Saggy said, well, Rippa's doing it better. And I was like, okay, let me see what this person, not that I agree with what they said about Ripper. I don't want, to be overly critical and unfair. But I was like, well, let's see what this person's got.
I mean,
obviously, because someone's coming hot at
Okay.
you, I want to see
Okay.
what they got.
I'm just gonna say this though. He already had an existing group of fans going into it before, so I mean that's like somebody starting off a YouTube channel and getting upset because you're not getting enough subs fast enough. Like
Right. There's other factors to his success. I don't think. I
Yeah.
think if you compare comic to comic, this is, so far as I could see without getting it.
I mean, I think to this point right now, it has nothing to do with the actual comic itself.
But next
just has
payday,
everything
I may just buy the digital comic. It's only $5.
Yeah,
They have a digital version.
Why not? And then at that point, you would have every right to criticize it because you're a customer.
I have every right to criticize it right now.
Well, yes, because YouTube. But like, does that make it right? Do you sleep well at night? Like,
yes, I sleep very well. I sleep too long. Ask Brian and Isaac.
You sleep way too much, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, that's different times of the day. That's not at
Well,
night. That's
I actually want to reach out.
I set my stream up at 3:00 in the afternoon. I'm out by 6.
Absolutely, Firewater. You're part of the team here. We love Firewater.
We have a team.
I actually want to reach out to this comic book creator to see if I can get an interview. I don't want to just cover this to cover it, Brian. I want to reach out. There's an open inbox there and see if we could snag an interview, because there's another reason I want to, which I'm doing a lot of build up, but let me send the link to Firewater first. You're the only reason I go on the Discord, Firewater. I'll tell you that. You and Hans.
What about me?
You're not. I can get hold of you on Twitter.
There's other.
All right.
Wow,
What
Max,
about me?
what are you trying to say, Max?
I can get a hold of you on Twitter too, CJ.
You're easily accessible.
I don't have a Twitter. I remember I got canceled.
Yeah.
Well, let me also show this amazing artwork. Before, look at that. Really good
Looks
artwork.
cool.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
nice,
intrigued. Yeah. So, but that's the question that intrigued me from Saggy.
I mean,
He's
it's doing
doing it better.
Stealing Solo. Way better
Wait,
than that one.
what is this? This looks really cool.
The all-seeing Ty the animator on Twitter.
I'd
Now-
get this.
Yeah, and $5 for a digital copy. So I want to reach out to this creator, and there's another reason I want to
God
reach out to
damn.
him and his team. Let me bring up that story first, and then
Max,
we'll
why
do.
don't you make your own comics?
Yeah.
I actually told Brian my idea for a comic book company is not to
Dr.
fault,
Doom?
because I wanted to make a comic back in the day, and I did a lot of art, but I'm not that great of an artist. or a
Oh, I
story-
used to write comics when I was younger.
So here's my idea for a comic book company. Average Guy Comics. So we make cheap comics, not high-end art, just fun art, storylines, keep it around the $10 mark.
The best
And then if one of them pops in the company, then you pay for that one to get redone in art, like higher end art. That's how I would approach it. I wouldn't promote it. This is going to be better than what Warner. This is going to be better than DC or Marvel.
What would your story be, though?
Well, it doesn't matter. I'm saying this is the basis that I would do if I was going to do my own Maxverse.
You should
I
jump
would
on
do
that because that doesn't exist. I just Googled it.
Yeah. Well, it would be a lot of work though.
The
CJ.
Maxverse.
But I'm just saying, I would put I don't know if we could. I would see if I could do like $10 to $15 for lower end comics, and just create the story in artwork first, on a smaller scale, from fellow friends and content creators, and then you could support just like you could buy a T-shirt, you could buy a cheap comic from a YouTuber you like. And then if it takes off, if one does really good, and you're like, no, this is a really good story. We should spend more money and redo the artwork, and then get a high-end artist to redo it. That's what I would do. That's the way I would be different. That would be my idea if I wanted to pursue it.
I technically have my own verse in the
Sure.
works, and it's
Awesome.
been in the works for years.
I think you're from the outer space.
The
I have my
CGH verse.
yeah CGH
That's
first.
messed
Okay,
up.
so
That's Canada. You can't say that.
See,
Wait, what?
this was the name of.
13 verse. Awesome.
I just updated the logo.
Is there like a
Recently,
reason
so-
for having 13?
Yeah, it goes into a whole prophecy
Oh, nice.
stuff.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I do agree with you, Ryan. If we want to be super critical, we should try to be creatives too. I have tried in the past and I failed. You know, I used to spend hours upon hours doing like concept art for my comic. I'm just not that great of a drawer. You know. All right, so here is the
I'm not
article
a drawer either.
that well, maybe
Usually
me and maybe
term
you,
is artist.
maybe I'll put my money where my mouth is, and me and Brian will work on a comic together
I know.
for Max Verse Comics.
I could be the inker, like Banky from fucking Chasing Amy.
It's not tracing.
Okay, but here, this is from Deadline.
You effing tracer.
Look! The
What?
Antagonists comic book series acquired for TV adaptation.
It'll
Drama
probably
Camp
be
Productions
canceled
rebrands North America. Why would you say it's going to be canceled?
if it's on Netflix.
I don't know where it's going to be yet. Hey, Ashley.
Oh God, I'm leaving. I'm just kidding.
Cancel.
Hey, Ashley. How's it going?
Hey, we still trashing Rippa? Is that what we're doing?
I'm not trashing Rippa.
I'm joking.
No, were you watching how I found out about this other? You know, this is actually
No, I
a
just
good
left
thing.
another stream. What's going
Oh,
on?
okay. Well, I found out about this stream because this is the one that Rippa was saying was talking about antagonizing him the other day. Hey, Firewater.
Good evening. How's everyone doing?
Good.
Okay.
We're talking about Rippaverse. And there are other great content creators out there that are not getting as much attention.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe this creator was a little salty towards Rippa's success. But then I was like, well, I was intrigued. I'm like, well, what do you have to offer?
On the plus side, now
Yeah,
he knows.
I like his stuff. Yeah.
Now we know
The
who
same-
he is.
yeah.
Yeah, and now I'm intrigued. And ultimately, this is not a bad scenario where we're talking about two Black content creators that own their own comics, that making their own characters. So ultimately, it's not a bad thing. And I'm intrigued, and I might eventually get this comic. I think I'll just do digital, $5.
Yeah, I
And
think
this-
I'm going to get it too. I really like the art too.
Yeah, and I would like to reach out. I would hope also,
Yeah.
Ashley, if we can reach out to the
Yeah.
the
that would be
creator and have
great.
an interview, or that would be amazing.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Like, I
Yes.
think we should definitely do that. Like, this is my thing with I do want to say this, and I missed it. I like, and it's like also kind of funny with me with Rippa, you know, like shout out to him for doing his own thing, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like not lost on me that the talk of like tokenization and how he likes to use that terminology when he literally sets on a panel where he is the token Black guy for their racially motivated hate speech that comes out of their mouths, and then he backs up their racist crap that they say. And so to me, it's like when you're talking about
It's
tokenization,
frustrating for you.
you really need to look at the man in the mirror and look at yourself, because that's who you are. Okay. And that's just how I feel about him, you know, in general.
Well, my main criticism of Rippa is also the bullshit definition of tokenization, how it's used for everything. That is really prejudice to just call everything a token, because token is perfunctory and hollow. It means that doesn't have any value. And when you just say that about everything, that's bullshit. That's a cop-out to just say everything's a token. And this is a lot of the bad talking points in the comic community actually come from Rippa. Not all of them. I'm not going to say he's responsible for everyone's ignorance, but I do know that he is very popular because of his stance on tokenization, and he calls everything lazy if there's a mantle that gets passed on to a diverse character.
But he's not upset about when the mantle was passed on to Bucky Barnes when he became Captain America, was he? No.
I don't know. I don't know about
it's just like specific mantles bother him. It's, I understand the argument that it is slightly lazy that we want original Black characters in these comic books.
But
Yes,
there's room for
I feel
everything.
that way too. But
it can be a cop out. Yeah, it can be.
But in legacy characters, I have no issue. But like once those characters become canon and their stories become, part of the overall story that they're trying to tell, to then take that moniker away from them is, now you're being a jerk essentially, because Miles Morales is Spider-Man. Okay, like Captain America is Sam Wilson, and we have storylines to prove it. And in the comic, in the 2015 run, nobody liked him, so it's pretty interesting that in that same run is the same thing that happened. So it's like art always, is a representation of what life is. But he's not Captain Falcon. He's Captain America, and there is precedent in the stories for that.
And they gave it with story and character development. So calling it token is incorrect. I know it's subjective, but if you're calling his version of Captain America just a token, it's not. They earned it with storytelling and character development. They didn't just make the change. Hey, Firewater, how are you? I want to say hi to Firewater. Hello. Anthony popping in. What's your thoughts on all this Rippaverse talk? It is popular right now.
Well, no, I mean, and clearly he's raking in the money. There's no disputing that. And what's even more impressive is that he's self-funded. He's not leveraging any debt. Did he say he put? I heard two different things, and I might have misunderstood. Good evening, Ray. That he put either $20,000 down or $200,000 down. I don't know. Does anyone know that by any chance?
I respect him for putting his own money down.
I believe it was the 200,000.
It was 200K because I mean it's a lot of work and everything like that. So
yeah,
200K,
congratulations.
200K, it's a lot of money, and that's a lot of assets to I don't want to say it's a gamble, but it's risk. But here's the thing though, the 200K will get you into the door. Now, does he have plans to sell the comic after the fundraiser, or you can only buy it in the fundraiser?
You could buy it directly right now on the website, and they're shipping soon.
No. I'm talking about after it's released. I was thinking about picking up one, but I don't do pre-orders.
I don't even think it's necessarily considered. I think he has some printed. It's not necessarily just a pre-order. It's going to take a while to ship it, where it's not going to cost a lot. It's shipping all through August. Okay. It's like he has some printed out already, as far as I know.
Yeah, no, he's trying to mass print them and everything.
It's not.
Like that.
I don't know. I guess you could still say it's a pre-order, but I think it's like on demand on the site, right?
Yeah, So I'm gonna find that interesting, but I do find it interesting that he's saying that there's going to be movies, video games, and he's putting the cart before the horse, like pretty hard. Like, dude, you didn't even release your first comic yet. It's done. I'm glad it's done. And at least it's not like one of those things where it's like, oh, yeah, the comic book's coming, the comic book's coming, the comic book's coming. Oh, sorry, guys. I had to use the money to fix my bathroom in my house, so I don't have it anymore.
That was Comicsgate. That was Comicsgate.
Had to get some new gold-plated faucets.
Yeah, sorry about that. So
I had to get an office for Miko.
He's making the assumption that people are going to gravitate towards this character. I have no idea. From what I saw, it may be worth a purchase. But now here's the thing, though: is he going to accept any criticism legitimately, or is he just going to dismiss it as SJW? You're a stupid leftist. How dare you?
The we're more popular, so we're right thing is already starting. Like he's
I don't know. I wouldn't say they're more popular. He made $2 million, not 200 million. Like let's slow down a little bit.
Yeah, but they're saying like this guy's salty, this comic book creator, for criticizing, because basically this comic book creator here has a site. He's basically done everything already. But why is Rippa more successful? It's the personality.
Well, I also think it's a difference of personality. Like the other gentleman, because I saw Rippa's video on it. I didn't see his stuff. So to be fair, if someone wants to fact check,
this is news. This is why I'm hoping
this looks cool.
Me and Ashley can work together to get in.
Yeah, I'm gonna send him a
right, but I mean, it seems like he was upset about. What was he upset about Rippa about? Like, what's wrong with his comic?
Exactly. I have to go back. Let's see. He was speaking about him talking about tokenization and it being woke and saying that his comics, Rippa was saying his comic isn't woke, but essentially in the technical clinical term, it is woke because it's still steeped in Black consciousness. So, I mean, that was part of the argument as well. And then just the type of things that Rippa doubles down on, like
I think the
rhetoric,
reason
his
Rippa's popular,
the political spin on it, the fact that he talks about what his stories are not rather than what they are.
Yeah, I do like that. Like, don't give me an anti-product. Give me a product.
Exactly.
But that is a way to promote.
Yes.
That is the most successful way to promote, though, for real.
No, I think to get your foot,
you're doubling down on hate.
But here's the thing:
if you come from a YouTube stance, you know,
right. But here's the thing, though: what like if you're gonna market an anti-product, that's fine. That'll only get you so far. There's a ceiling to that, in my opinion. Mm-hmm. Because if it's not a good, like if it's a good comic, he'll be in good shape. Because it sounds like he made, it sounds like he made a lot of money off his thing. So it's impressive. But
that's a life changing for him.
Right, it's a lot of money. Now here's the thing, though. Now remember, he's got to pay taxes on it, right? And of course, he'll have business expenses and write-offs. He's got to give himself a salary. He's got to pay his creators, which I don't think he's going to mess that up from the business end. I'm confident he'll be fine. But the main challenge is that he's saying like all this stuff. We're going to do all this stuff. We're winning. How do you operationally define winning? What does that mean? His revenue, while impressive for an individual, in terms of a large corporation, is paltry.
It makes his supporters feel like they're on a crusade that's actually already out there in existence.
Right. I mean, there's a lot of dumb people willing to give people their money. So I don't find what I haven't seen anyone talking about is like, where does this lead? Let's say this thing is successful. He hits all of his milestones and everything's released on time and it's hugely successful. I feel bad for Geeks and Gamers and Ryan Kennel because they can't actually promote shit. They can only destroy shit. No, but they're not effective. They're not effective. Yeah. They're more of effective as a destructive force because now it's like, okay, because remember, I don't know if you remember, I think I debated Jeremy. It was like, it might be 3 years ago at this point. Wow. In November. And he was trying to prove a point that he got more likes on his positive videos about The Mandalorian than not. And I said, dude, you got twice the amount of views on your hate videos. Views bring in money. If you wanted to do everything positively, and I asked him, what if you have a bad outrage week? What happens then? So what I'm curious is can they convert sales from their normally outraged audience who generally are there for the rage? I believe that a lot of them aren't really going to put their money where their mouth is. Some will. But I believe that some people just want to rag on the old franchises. They don't want to work and build towards something new, in my opinion. I could be wrong about that. But my point is that when you have to kind of be a cheerleader right now, and that gets less views on the world's most famous intellectual property for entertainment, Star Wars, what are you going to do when you have to, because no offense to anyone in the commentary sphere, it's reactive. It's a secondary form of entertainment. Something else has to occur outside of your control, and then you respond, react, commentate on it, right? Mm-hmm. So what happens? There's 30,000 people that, got into this comic. Great. That is how are you going to make a YouTube career off that if you're not the original creator? If you're looking to have secondary content based on that.
I'm actually very excited about even the conversations that this situation is presenting because we're talking about a lot. And Tagrassi, Milestone comics are great. And this is ultimately a fail on WB because on a couple fandoms ago, they promoted they were going to do, what's the character from Milestone?
Static Shock.
Static Shock, yes. So they were virtue signaling that they were going to do this, and they never accomplished it. But this comic book creator, the Antagonists, is getting a chance, and I cannot wait. I hope it actually gets picked up.
Well, this article's from 2021.
Yeah. So hopefully they were.
And he has, and I mean, he also he has. I mean, he does. I've been to the website. They sell this product, these comics, and he's done and some of his stuff has been adapted into like independent animation and other avenues as well. So I have looked at a lot of the stuff, and it's, to me, when I'm looking at this, or again, someone that I know who is a black comic creator, this art to me looks more original. Even when I'm looking at like my friend, his
looks more high end. Yeah.
To me, it's so, because it's like their own vision, and it's coming from their own in-house artists, which, good for Rippa and what he's doing, but just visually, it just looks like things I've already read and I've already seen. I'm glad that these, I might get it eventually, but I don't know if it just depends on, because I really don't know what the story is. I only know what it's apparently not. And I'm not going to buy into a product, based on what it isn't.
We need
I agree
more
with that.
R-rated.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're gonna own the
Give me
SJW. You're gonna,
substance.
by making me rich, we're gonna own the SJWs.
Own me. I'm a woke SJW, everybody.
Yeah.
I support,
No, but I mean, like, that's his attitude. We're gonna if you give me money, we will own the SJWs.
I was just saying I am one of those woke SJWs.
Gotcha. Ruh-roh.
Yeah.
But I will say this: there is definitely reasons to criticize Hollywood, DC, and Warner Brothers for failing. They have not provided that.
Well, technically, it's not failing because those
Milestone.
They're making
They
two
were really
animated
promoting that
movies.
the first fandom. Static Shock. I think it was the first, wasn't it?
The second.
Okay. Well, they were promoting it, and we've heard nothing.
It was the first one. It was the first one.
We've heard absolutely nothing. So I hope this comes to fruition. Yeah, it is from 2021. I'll have to look to see if there was any movement, if they actually got it done. I'm intrigued by it, and I would love to talk to them.
He has other stuff that is in print.
Okay.
That was the newest one that he's working on there. But if you go to, let me see, I can give you, did you go to the website?
2021 DC Fandom. That's one, yeah.
Yeah, I went to the website. I see the comics store. There's digital. That's the one I was going to look at. The digital. Oh, the first issue was only $8.99. Wow,
That's a good price compared.
Yeah,
that's a good price.
Well, I mean, it's probably not 100 pages though, but still. Okay, so I'm looking into that. I also would. You said some people have done animation for it. I'd love to check that out. And yeah, this gives an opportunity not just to criticize, to say, yeah, everyone's interested in comic book creators, independent, and in this case, black comic book creators. There's more out there that are already doing what Rippa's doing. No shame what Rippa's doing, but things are happening, and it's a good if it brings awareness to everything. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I just have criticisms about, like, again, being the anti to promote your stuff, but there is maybe I didn't say that correctly. It's not the best way to market, but it's an effective way that's used a lot to make a lot of money, is on the internet, is being an anti to something else to promote your own product instead of on its own merit.
But I feel like there's a ceiling to that.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a ceiling to that. Yes, if he gets $3 million, he wants to make video games and all this other stuff.
Video game
and
costs a lot of money.
What's that?
I said video game, to make a video game.
It's not to make a movie. It's not cheap. Are you kidding? You want to make something that doesn't suck, especially an action movie. You want to make a superhero movie. What's the minimum budget for a Marvel movie? What was the cheapest Marvel movie? Ant-Man.
Does Kick-Ass count as a Marvel?
Think about Morbius. It was $70 million to make Morbius.
Comic.
So I guess on the cheap, you can make a superhero movie for $75 million.
But you get what you pay for to a degree, right?
Wow, Ant-Man. To make Ant-Man was 130.
Oh, never mind.
That's that's on the cheaper end of Marvel films.
Right. How much did Kick-Ass cost? Because I like Kick-Ass and Kick-Ass 2. I thought they were both good. How much did those cost?
That's also 10 years ago.
30 million.
But let's say, okay, so he's got $3 million. And so 30 million, and that's assuming that he doesn't get to pocket the entire 3 million. I'm assuming his fundraiser made it up to 3. I haven't checked it yet. So people are saying 3 million. Is that accurate?
Yeah, so most people
I
saying 3
don't know.
million. Yeah.
But if
I
not
mean,
close to that.
It's probably 3 million now, or close.
Let's see
Good
what
for
it
him,
is.
but, you know,
2 points, a little over 2.5. Let's say 2.6, just to keep the rhetoric simple. There's 68 days left. I don't know. It sounds like he's hitting a little bit of a wall. Will he crack 30,000 purchasers? I don't know. Maybe he will.
When did he start this?
A few days ago.
Oh wow.
Oh
week,
no,
maybe?
it's very successful. Very successful.
Yeah, no, financially for an
money-wise,
individual, this is a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, like, good for
for
you, do you like? But you're still trash a bit, but your opinions.
Well, I've reacted to Young Rippa's videos about tokenization before. This is a more recent one, so I didn't really watch it ahead of time much. So I don't know everything he's going to say. But this is a lot of where he gets. He also is a great musician, but a lot of his
a great musician.
His music
I think his
music is hot garbage.
Wait, he actually makes music?
I've got to hear his music. I don't know. I've heard it.
No,
would we get copyrighted for playing his music?
I don't know. Yeah,
I need a link to this music.
No, I'm gonna make my own music now.
He has a band called Backwards. He also does heavy metal and rap, and then he's a rapper too.
I won't call his music mid.
No, I'm trying to highlight this. No, I do not have a pre-order. I thought about it, but I do have someone on the panel that pre-ordered. Tony.
No, I'm not pre-ordering. I'm gonna wait until it's released. Sorry.
Tony did pre-order. He's gonna.
Well, it's not gonna release anything other than fucking direct sales. So it's all.
Well, no, I want that comic to ship first.
Oh.
That's what I mean by that. Sorry, I should have tightened up my rhetoric there.
He's Tony. He was witness to a lot of Comicsgate nonsense and how they never got anything shipped. So he's probably very skeptical on shipping.
Yeah. Well, Rippa says they're already set. They're going to ship next month. Apparently, he's quote tweeted me on Twitter, so I got a big fucking list of notifications while I was streaming. Wow.
See, I don't like that either, Matt.
But that's okay. I love it. I just tweeted at him. I said, hey, Eric, why don't you come on over to Max's stream and correct anything that we said that's wrong? I said, come on over. So I sent him the link.
Okay, that's fair.
Wow.
Well, I don't have any problem. I've done. I don't think he's going to show up though. He's honestly he's got too much money to make to be on other people's streams right now.
Yeah.
If there was a time he'd probably want to debate something, probably when he's not making he's making hand over fist now, doing live streams, getting celebratory super chats.
But what he would do is he would come on and then live stream it too.
That's fine. I don't care.
I mean that's what he do. I mean, I'm saying there's anything wrong. I'm just saying that's what he does.
Yeah, but he said the reason he said that is he doesn't want if he wins the debate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I mean, I don't blame him. It's like
people
you have
tend to do
receipts
that
of it, so there's nothing wrong with that.
What are you doing, Scott? I don't know what you're.
Okay, let's not do that.
Please
that's
put him in a timeout. If someone wants to put him in a timeout, that's fine. I don't know what you're.
We're not doing any of those comparisons.
Yeah, come on.
Yikes.
All right. So let's hear what Rip. This is a more recent video. The way they defend tokenization makes no sense.
This is a particularly stupid comment that I saw from a person who, we have this. It's like the nerds on Twitter don't seem to be nerds at all. It's more a bunch of fucking posers. But
this is a lot of This is a lot of stuff you see in fandom gatekeeping. They're not actually fans. They're just posers. You're not the real deal. But that's a lot of that gets a lot of traction in fandoms across the board, including
sounds like Snyder fans.
Yes, I said that for you, Brian. I was waiting for you to chime in. This is an uncool tactic. Gatekeeping is horrible. I think everyone should be a fan, and I'm not going to say I was here first and I'm a better fan because I know more or whatever.
Reminds me of 8th grade.
Hey, retweet.
What's that? Firewater?
It reminds me of 8th grade. Like, I was just in a band.
Well, exactly.
Cool. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, right. Exactly.
I like
you did it, man.
If you really like the band, you should be happy more people embracing it. Right.
Follow social justice, whatever. And I saw a particularly dumbass comment that I wanted to And that's what I do thank Twitter for, if nothing else.
Those are dank.
Twitter is a hotbed for easy content for me because there's no shortage of retards.
Well, that's another
Retards
reason people love when people just say those words. I don't use that word around here. I'm not going to cancel you if you do, but there's, haven't we at least progressive's a dirty word in this world in some people's minds on the internet, but haven't we progressed to a part where I'm not going to cancel the dude for saying it either? I got friends that say it, but I'm like,
yeah,
come on.
like I stopped saying that like 10 years ago.
I mean, all I would say is grow up a little bit if you consistently use that.
I just think it's easy. It's just an easy insult, right? Like, at least evolve your language. Think of something more clever. This is just like cheap. It's cheap laughs.
But I think that's the point, because the point is to get people activated so that they continue to watch him.
He likes to use that word, poser.
That's why Ryan Kittle and Geeks and Gamers, crackhead. Like Ryan Kittle, I don't, and people may disagree with me on this, but I don't believe that Ryan Kittle and Jeremy are racist. Now, people can disagree with me on that. I'd be more than happy.
I think
they want to look like they're racist, so that
I think Jeremy is racially insensitive.
I think they're bigots.
I think Ryan. I'm not going to call anyone an is, but I've seen is tendencies
or
in
prejudice.
Things he said that makes me think he might be. I think a lot of them are racially insensitive, which is different than being an is. Okay.
They all have racial
so like we need to make those clear.
But I think they like to appear to be that way, so people will
some
get
of the
attention.
things that I've seen them say about Leslie Jones and like calling her a gorilla, that's
disgusting.
That's some is stuff.
Well, that was just to be fair. The only one that actually did was Ryan
is who
Kittle.
exactly. Thank you. That's who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get more to what Ripper says here. The way they defend tokenization makes no sense.
Yeah, a lot of good content. But I saw this. You probably, if you follow me on Twitter, you saw me respond to this dumbass thing. So let's go through it in detail. So this person, and I don't know if you know the person. I don't know him. I've never heard of him. Let's see. Does this person have like a YouTube or something? Why? Yeah. No.
Yes. Oh, I see that person on
Twitter
every day.
Yeah, I follow.
Has some questionable people
talks comics
on her deal. Looks like we got a Miles Morales site and we got Miss Marvel, Riri Williams. Yeah, this person has a bunch of people that if I saw this and you post this on your I guess banner, this is what this is on Twitter. If you post this on your banner, I'm not taking you serious for anything. Yeah, there's a couple of characters here and there that I'm like, oh yeah, they're valuable.
Wow.
But look at all these weirdos that they have. There's none.
Of course, bro. Really?
What's wrong with the banner?
Come on, bro.
And a lot of these people are like a lot younger. So for them, they were a lot of these characters have come out, they were kids when these characters were released. So for them, this is what they know. A lot of them are like 20 years old, 18, 19-year-old kids who grew up reading these characters. So it's just like, what are you saying right now? It's not a valid argument.
That banner is nothing.
This is the popularity that he's garnered off the token argument. That's why I was like, it's more of a mantle, and this is pretty consistent with the history of comic book characters. A lot of these characters pass off the mantle to someone else. Me and Tony were talking about it earlier. There's so many comic book characters, and it seems, where does the outrage come from? Does it come when you pass the mantle off to a different character, or does the outrage come? And we could go around the panel. Does the outrage really come when you pass the mantle off to a different nationality? That's where the outrage comes.
Or
that's
gender.
Where a lot of the
Or gender.
Facts, RJ. RJ right here. If facts, RJ.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, look, there's not like this, bro. She got the Flash. She got Green Arrow, Black Canary, the Thing, Roy Harper, Miles Morales.
But that's my biggest issue with Young Rip is not that he creates his own stuff, not that he does his own stuff, that he really just says all these characters are trash. He says Miles Morales is just Peter Parker with a fade, he said. And
we'll see what happens with his comic. That's the thing.
I don't have the receipt ready, but he said that. Yes,
I need to see that.
He has.
I kind of want to see that.
Because I can't watch a lot of his content because it's just like,
Okay,
yeah,
well, I
I
don't
feel
wanna
like
upset
it.
you.
No, I'm not saying no. I'm here to watch this, but I like on my own because I feel like I'm generally losing brain cells when I listen to him speak.
Well, this is where the arguments come from. On the, like I said, when I started YouTube, I used to think people were not social media influencer. I used to laugh at that. I'm like, people don't get on. Yes, they get under the influence. This is why you see all these bullshit comments and all the comment section is Rippa is propped up for his bullshit token argument, and it's used as ammunition in a lot of the fandom and comics. He's one of the most popular comic book YouTube channels on YouTube right now. You know, and this is where the argument stems from. Go ahead, Tony.
I was gonna say his whole argument about tokenization doesn't even fucking make sense because what he
admitted
considers a
his own
token.
definition. He said, "I'm using my own definition, and I don't care what you say."
He uses his own definition, but
food.
Yeah, so it's fucking ridiculous. Basically, what he's saying is, I'm just gonna say whatever the fuck I want, and if you don't like it, too bad.
Right.
And secondly, this whole argument of they got certain characters they like, so I'm gonna dismiss their argument. It's basically his way of saying I can't refute what they're saying, so I'm just gonna attack their character and say, hey, because they like certain characters, that means they're dumb, and then we don't have to listen to them, right?
Yeah,
fucking bullshit argument. That means you have nothing. You have no intelligence to say, hey, what they said is wrong, and here's why. Let me articulate the point. Can't do that shit. That's why exactly the same thing. Like instead of him saying, replying to my tweet and saying, "Hey, I disagree with your assessment that my characters are ripoffs."
What did he call you, lazy?
No, he just quote tweeted me and said, "Oh, if you don't like me, just say you don't like me."
Oh, usually he calls people lazy or
Oh yeah,
one of those 3 words.
He says all the Mantle characters are all lazy.
I saw that on the tweet. Yeah.
All right, let's watch some more of this. See if he has any points. Try to be fair to him.
Yeah,
none of the even prominent. I guess this is right here is Peter, but none of the prominent even characters on the DC side are even there.
There's Flash.
There's no Batman, right no Superman.
Well, that's
no
Flash, Green Lantern, Green Arrow,
tokenized.
Supergirl.
Look at this. It's 15 Spider folk. Look at all these Spider folk here, man. Miles Morales, Spider Woman, Silk. This shit. Anyway, that should have told me everything. This is actually.
What's that?
Oh my god, she's that's not Silk.
I know.
That's Katana. What are you
Cheeseburgers.
Bro? He's dumb.
What are you talking about, Brian? Talking about food?
Brian.
I like food.
Cheeseburgers in paradise.
Cheeseburgers.
We got 74 people watching. You know what to do. These are great.
Smash that like button and order a cheeseburger.
Well, what we don't want to do is become the thing we hate and just bash on Rippa without giving his credit where credit's due.
Congratulations.
What credit, Max?
I mean, he's making his money.
He's getting talked about,
and we're talking.
He got props from Fox News. Fox News even covered it.
Oh, Fox
Any
News.
press is good press.
News. Oh my god.
You and your
he's
sneaky shade.
Getting attention is that's some success.
I guess. I mean, if you measure success by attention, I mean, there's a bunch of people.
Well, I mean, why would you make it? Honestly, Tony.
I would say he is.
If you're on a stream, you're literally on a stream that's thumbnail was designed to be clickbait. So, I mean, I would honestly just kind of just chill.
I mean, I would say he's successful, but I
no, exactly. Like,
am I not allowed to have an opinion now, Brian?
Yes, but I'm just saying, bro. Like, when your opinion butts up against oh god damn it, dude! I
just don't be contrarian, is what you're saying. Just
no,
agree
I'm not.
with
Just
everybody.
Basically, what I'm trying to say is just watch your ass.
To get along.
I mean, like Jesus Christ, dude! Of all the things to fucking criticize, we're gonna go after this guy.
Well, no, I think it's
I'm serious. I'm serious. It's like Tony took this up as his cross the fucking bear, dude.
I mean, I have a lot of issues with the things that he says, and I think that he says a lot of things.
You've been talking about it every night
harmful.
for the last week, Tony. Don't give me that. You made one video shit.
I do.
It's okay. I'm good. I don't want to talk about it. So
I will say that for me, in my perspective, I know him, his type. Okay, I know his Black Southern Deacon having. Okay, I grow up around these type of people. And they're very, and it's like you try to cover this in this pro-blackness element, which you're not, right? and the things that you say are very disrespectful, and you need to be checked on your nonsense. That's how I feel about it.
I agree.
All right. Well, let's
You
calm
gotta
down
remember
and-
Super Chat.
this can't-
You gotta
this
remember
can't-
Super Chat, man.
Hey, Max, I'm
all
gonna dip off, man. You guys have a good night, all right?
All right. Thanks, Firewater. Thanks, Firewater.
Bye,
All right. Let me
Firewater.
see the member super chat. Hold on.
Yeah, it's by RJ.
Yeah, let's keep the conversation going, but calm it down a little bit. We only have 27 people thumbs up the video, and we have 82 watching. Come on, everyone.
Hit the like button, guys.
Come on. All right, so let me take this out for a second to share a member super chat. I really appreciate you members. You keep the show going. I do want to cover the hardest topics there are. Ultimately, this gets us talking about indie comic book creators in a more, I think, in a better way than Comicsgate has provided in the past. So ultimately, that's a success in itself, because Comicsgate was a disaster years ago. And I was intrigued by Comicsgate. I did buy one comic from Comicsgate, and then I left it because it was bullshit. So I am interested in more content and more creators. So here is RJ, the members super chat. This is seriously scummy to do. To say you're an idiot for being a fan of certain characters, to demean someone is really sad. F Rippa for this. I can't say you're wrong there.
He's right.
That's fandom gatekeeping, which we've seen so much. And I will say this for my pal Brian, a lot in the Snyder fandom. A lot in the Snyder fandom.
Well, see, that's what I'm saying is like, okay, criticize that. That's fine.
Yeah.
What he says. But like, dude, honestly, don't criticize him for attempting to make content. Is what I'm trying to say.
Criticize him for attempting to make content.
Well, here's where I would correct you, Brian. When you say you're better than others, just like Jeff Hicks for World Class Bullshitter
Everybody
said,
says that though. Dude,
I
honestly,
am better
who
than
doesn't
industry
have an
standards.
ego on YouTube? Who does not have an ego on YouTube?
That's true.
I'm ego free. I don't know about the rest of y'all.
That's
I'm
true.
the most
Everyone
humble.
has.
Ain't nobody as humble as me. I'm the
okay.
super.
Keep telling yourself that, dude.
No, but
maybe you missed the joke in there, Brian.
Well, I'm probably. Maybe you missed
he was
mine.
being very sarcastic. Okay. I love you, Brian. I love you, Tony. Whew.
It's called deadpan.
I
don't want to argue with you, Tony. I really.
I'm like, he's successful.
Say,
Congratulations to who, for what.
No, but when you market saying you're better than everything else, that's a great time to talk about it. To talk about criticizing him, and we're just basing it on what we can see so far. So far, he's saying a Rippaverse. He's got one comic with multiple variant covers already, which is another thing that Comicsgate does at the beginning, is do lots of variants first, where that other content creator that, the quality of the art to me subjectively is better, actually has 3 characters already. 3 characters. That's actually a verse.
You got member super chat members.
Oh, it's probably just me. Like mine.
Hold on a second. Ross Dogs Broken Spirit, $6.65. The Lost finale stunk.
Oh, don't get me started on that. I don't
Lost? I never finished Lost. We got 90 people watching.
90.
Wow.
Let's get 69 likes,
Get 100 people to watch. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get 100.
69 likes. Come on, baby.
But this is intriguing conversation to me, at least. Let me see.
Mine's just Milestone.
Oh, hold on. Let me bring that.
I
love Miles. No, come on. Come on, Ashley. We love you around here. All right, let me bring.
No, we don't. I'm just kidding.
That's no wonder my grass.
You've been a member of mine. Oh. You've been a member of mine for 6 months. Woo! I really appreciate that. I really appreciate that.
I'm sorry.
And so is Anthony Beltry and Ross Dogs Broken Spirit. Thank you for talking about how the Lost finale stunk. I never watched the finale.
We should bring in Matt Jarbo.
And Anthony Beltry. Yeah. You want to bring in Matt Jarbo?
You want some That's why I said the message.
All right. I guess we'll consider Matt as Team MME.
Well, he is.
That's fine.
You can take my spot. I'm just kidding.
That's fine.
Nobody can take your spot.
Isaac.
You got a special part in my heart.
It's going to be about an Uber driver named Jack Marbo. No relation.
Oh, Bradley
yeah,
said
that
he
name
sent his
sounds familiar.
earlier.
I
Yeah,
would
that
I would
probably-
be
that
interested in
probably
that comic,
disappeared, too.
Tony.
Yeah, disappeared.
Bradley said he sent his 11-month chat earlier. I guess you missed.
Oh man, wow.
Find it. Oh.
Whoops. Hold on a second. Oh man, I apologize to everyone. Come
I
on,
don't see it
StreamYard, get it
disappear.
together. Let me.
Why
let
don't
me
you
go
just
back.
have YouTube Studio on the next tab?
Well, I thought we were done with
He
the.
does have a point. He does have a point.
Hold on a second.
Yes.
I mean, I
don't-
don't know. StreamYard, like how you
I wish it did show up in StreamYard. It would be
Like,
a little
Bradley,
easier.
I
'Cause you can see
apologize,
super chats, but you can't
but
see those.
can you type it again, because I'm going up all the way on the stream on YouTube and it doesn't show yours. It might have been a while back. I can't see it.
That's what she said.
And I wanna.
You mean she
I wanna,
can't see it?
I really care, Bradley. I just can't see it.
Yeah.
Hold on a second here. I'll show you that I can't see. All right. So
Have you tried seeing?
Here's RJ. Here's Ashley, Ross, Anthony, and I go all the way up, and I can't get to any more. So it might have been earlier. I apologize. I
It
missed it.
disappeared with quickness.
Yeah. So if you could retype it. And thank you, Bradley.
Good
Thank
ass
you,
cookies,
Bradley.
man.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Bradley. I appreciate the support. And Macho Madness should return this Wednesday.
Hey, Bradley.
Macho Madness, DL, Bradley.
This
Oscar.
one day, we will find out why Bradley hates the Russo brothers.
Yeah, actually,
gosh,
I'm real.
my ears
I
are
actually,
bleeding.
we might have a debate, Bradley, because I'm going to get on and defend the Russo brothers, although there is no defending Hulk.
I will too.
I can't defend Hulk.
I'm not a macho man though.
Wow.
So you're not a man?
So you're not a man?
Ah, it's a dig.
Come
I got
on.
it. I'm pretty aggro. I guess it works.
Okay. All right. So let's hear out his argument. Let's try to be fair. No, pejoratives or anything. Let's,
Me just not seeing this person's banner. So considering the people that this person is looking to show off on their banner, I know that I shouldn't have even engaged. But here we have this post right here, which was a particularly dumb one. And this is what she said. Quoting, but they're white in the comics. Yeah, and they were also made in the 40s. Okay. Let's think of characters that have been tokenized because this is what we're referring to, right? What she's pointing to is the fact that there's a bunch of race swaps that happen. And then she's alluding to the idea that every character is Batman or Superman. So characters that were created a long time ago. That couldn't be anything further from the truth. And a lot of the characters that you now see coming to fruition with these, like even with
Droga,
the Marvel Cinematic
behave,
Universe
man,
and their
you're a member, but hold
tokenization,
on.
whether it be with the
Droga, I love you, bro, but that's the thing that doesn't make us look any better, though, when you say that. Let's hear the man out. Don't please. That's a warning.
I don't see anything. They say the Marvel
Valkyries of the
Universe
world,
got
being based
We
on
gotta
Norse
hear his
mythology.
argument.
Norse mythology, there should never be a white Valkyrie. A black Valkyrie. Makes no fucking sense. Or white as Guardians in the first place. But for Marvel's sake, these characters were not created in the fucking 40s.
That's true, though.
Was like Baron Mordor. This is that they've tokenized. I mean, hell, pretty much every damn character that you could think of that the MCU has tokenized were not existing in there's not even that many characters that existed in the 40s when they were created that are still around, aside from those like you look at Batman and Superman and those. I mean, Spider-Man was not created in the 40s, believe it or not. A lot of these characters were created like 2 decades after that shit. And even then, there's characters that are being tokenized like that are, being created in the 80s, like what you're going to see coming into like the Claremont's era of X-Men. Wait till you see those characters pop up. A lot of them are going to be fucking race swapped and all kinds of shit. So never mind what she's saying is factually incorrect.
What?
Okay, does he not realize what the 80s was like for minorities she was, exaggerating in saying the 40s.
It's Twitter, yeah.
But, we know, the climate of the 60s, right? And even the 80s, even though we've progressed,
Well,
from this time, the 80s was still a very, a wild time, and you did not have a lot of representation of characters. And if you did at that time, they were like very stereotypical, pseudo like evil, black villains at times, and you had one or
which
two
were actually
like
tokens.
black
they
heroes, and then they always had the word black in front of their name.
Yes.
And that
Also,
was like
I would
on
like
that
to mention
play on
the
black.
characters that he mentioned that were tokenized by Marvel were already minorities in the comics when they're created. Like Baron Mordo, he's a Romanian in the comics.
Factual.
Like, so they're already minorities in the comics. They're just making them like a different minority.
And then he goes on to say, and they're going to race swap all them too. So he immediately, as soon as he says he hears race swap, he says,
does he
that
have
is true.
information?
But
that
he's
Marvel's
just,
gonna
but they're just
do that?
making them look more like from where like back on Caden's point, where they come from, instead of just looking like they're just, white, Anglo-Saxons, when they actually look like the countries that they're supposedly coming from.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, let's hear what else he has to say here.
This is hold up real quick.
Okay.
What is the complaint? So they've changed the race of characters in a new adaptation. So what?
That doesn't mean he uses that.
Who cares? But I'm saying, even if they're tokenization, whatever the fuck his word is, right? He's basically saying that they should be white because they're white in the comics, right? And there's no reason that representation should be done in the movies.
Yeah,
because
he's even talking about in the comics, like the mantle passing and the legacy of characters.
No, but he right here, he's talking about the MCU, right? Because that's not the comics. That's the movie.
No. He was talking also about, the characters when he goes back and talk about.
Right, but I'm just focusing on this particular point for right now. Just the MCU. The movies changing characters, race, whatever.
No, they're talking about comics here. That's
he
what
said the MCU, Baron Mordo changed from a white guy to a black guy in the MCU.
But that's not what he's moving the goalposts. But that's not what she's.
But I just want to focus on that real quick, because it doesn't really matter, right? If they changed all the characters to black, it does not erase any of the comic book characters. If they change all the characters to black, it doesn't mean that white people can't enjoy black characters being on the screen, right? Now, I'm not white. I don't know if people know this, but I'm not.
I knew that.
Right?
But essentially, the problem becomes though is that, and I kind of agree with this a bit, because if we're just easily swapping out specific characters instead of creating new characters within the context of this of the canon and of the stories, then it does sometimes get a bit lazy and becomes like, it does sometimes feel like it's just, you're doing this for, an agenda. Create some of these characters originally. I like the legacy characters are a different story, but when you're just like race swapping specific things overall, sometimes it can just look like you're being a bit lazy instead of creating original authentic characters.
But he just says it about everything. He says it about everything, though. That's my issue.
Yeah.
So I understand. The other thing that's intriguing is if you really want to have a really intelligent, in my opinion, conversation about it, does the character's race, is it tied to the character? That's different than is it just a swap? Because if there's some part of the character that's tied to their origins, that they would make more sense to the origin of the character, they are a certain nationality, but that's kind of like thrown out the window. Matt Jarbo, you popped in. Have anything to say about this specific topic about tokenization and mantles of comic book characters? It's pretty much a staple in the comic book. If you follow comics, that the mantle is passed on to other people. But where does the outrage come from? Does it come from all mantles, or is it just?
Well, I think what it boils down to is you have to look to see what his angle is, right? So oftentimes people get mad about something before they see it get to the end, But I think in this case, what Eric's trying to argue is like these characters having been at some point potentially race swapped or whatever. Like he's not acknowledging that different runs happen, and that's actually probably one of the biggest things. I think a lot of what the Rippaverse is against is actually different interpretations.
Mhm.
You know, but the other thing I was thinking about too is with these different interpretations of these characters, like you have different writers that grew up reading these characters, and this is like how they want to see them. So they put themselves in those characters' shoes when they make those adaptations, right? It's a lot of self-insert. And if you, I mean, trust me, Rippa is going to be self-inserting himself a lot into Isom. Guaranteed. So it's a bunch of BS. It's a bunch of BS is really
Well, I
what
do
it
want to
boils
get
down
to
to.
DL's comment. He's not here right now, but
That's-
this is a black man saying how he feels, and I don't want to, as a white man, I don't want to white explain this.
And I
situation.
essentially said the same thing. You know, yes.
But I also don't want to be prejudiced against when they do. I think there's room for everything.
But I think that
I would prefer
the
that they would spend the money and build up cool original black characters. But there's room for everything in this world, isn't there?
Yeah,
That's
I
my
mean,
question.
like here and there, like I didn't like the thought of Jim Gordon being race swapped in the Batman, but it works.
Yeah.
Right. But like when you think of like why, like, but when we're gonna like make Clark Kent, even though that movie's been scrapped now, a black Superman when we have Val Zod, that makes absolutely no sense.
Facts.
When you already had this character. My issue is like when you get really upset about legacy characters like Miles Morales, you know, and Sam Wilson, who are in these stories, you know, step into these positions and they are giving these mantles, and then you have an issue with that. To me, it's like if it's in the source material, that's one thing. But when you're just going out there to be like, hey, let's make Clark Kent a black man, that to me, you're sending me a very specific message there. Okay, give me something original, right? And quit being lazy. And at that point, it's truly about pandering.
Awesome.
Because all you had to do is show me Val Zod, and it works.
Can I jump in here real quick? Because I hear this argument a lot, right? Give us original X character, right? Give us original women, give us original black. But when they do, no one actually supports that character. Because Marvel has a ton of original, non-mantled, non-ripped
I support Ray
characters.
Williams.
And
There's
they
a
just,
lot of
no one ever supported them. Well,
No, I think that's like a general argument, and that's easy. I'm telling you that a lot of us don't want you to go the easy way out and portray us swapped from a white person to a black person. Like, to me, that's just like it's silly at this point. Give me something real and tangible that shows me in my authentic blackness, right? Okay, instead of just swapping a white character, and that's lazy.
Well, DL, if you are available, definitely come on, because Isaac left out, and I would prefer, instead of criticizing, to get more someone who it impacts. I want to put my money where my mouth is and say someone that impacts, that wants the representation there. So if you have an opinion, hop on, man.
I agree that it's lazy, right? I agree that it's lazy, but I don't think they're doing it simply because it's lazy and easy. I think they're doing it because they've tried original black characters and they've got no support. So they figured, hey, here's
not
a
no
popular.
support,
Hold on,
not as much.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Here's a popular character. Maybe if we make this character black, it'll get some support, and then we can spin it off into its own version. Miles Morales has been Spider-Man, but he's also been given other names and other medium in order to differentiate him from Peter Parker. And I think they're trying to do that with other characters like Riri Williams. Now she's Ironheart. They're spinning her off to her own thing, right? She didn't replace Iron Man. You got Blue Marvel. Does anyone talk about Blue Marvel?
Yeah, I know who Blue Marvel is.
That's not what I said. I didn't say if you know who he is.
I know a lot of us talk. A lot of us who are in my community, we talk about Blue Marvel and what his character represents.
I don't know.
So if you show him on screen, you're going to give him to the wider audience, and you will bring new eyes to his character. Okay, right. A lot of the MCU characters weren't well known until they were conveyed on screen. So give them that opportunity. The ones,
but I'm not talking about your
is what we're saying.
I love you, but I'm not talking about your community. I'm talking about the people like Rippa.
But I'm giving you examples here.
I'm gonna pull my hair out. What I'm saying is he's complaining about things, right? But instead of him going, here is an original Marvel character that they did it right, he doesn't give you that example. He's just complaining. He's just giving you a problem, but never offering a solution. He's never saying, here is the character done right. Here are the original characters that we should be supporting because they've been made to represent us and our people.
They make
Yes.
original characters.
And I'm giving you,
time, but
and I'm
they
saying
mock it.
I agree with some of the things that he's saying, but I'm giving reasons and how we can go about to make these characters popular. There's a difference there.
Okay. Well, let's get to the super chat. We'll lead Haji, someone who have similar views to Eric, is the critical drinker and Hollywood producer and directors literally watch his videos. That's something major. I don't really think they have impact on Hollywood.
The only
they're actually free promotion.
The only reason why, like,
but thank you for the support.
The only reason why Bilal, Filan, and like, you know, directors with Marvel and people in Hollywood watch certain people like them is so then they can know what these people are talking about. That's pretty much it. They're not agreeing with them. They're not
sorry,
like,
Isaac.
Majority of them are just watching to be in the know what that is what conversations are having on YouTube. So then they'll be like, okay, like this is not a right conversation, but let me at least be in the know what people are talking about my product or about the product my coworker gave out.
Well, let's. I want to try. I apologize to Isaac. I want to try to get around the panel more, and we just got DL on, and Matt Jarbo's here too. DL.
Well, I can dip out if other people want to talk. That's perfectly fine.
No. I'm just saying. Did you want to? I want to get to DL first, then Matt. While you're here, DL, what did you have to say about this conversation about constantly claims of tokenization? Your thoughts on the industry? If you want to give your thoughts real quick, since you popped in.
So, are we talking about the comic book industry, or are we talking about movies, or in general?
Well, basically, your comment with it that you have a source of frustration with race swap characters too, that they don't put money into building up original Black characters. Is that I don't want to speak for you. Is that what you were trying to say, or?
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm saying. I don't have a lot to add because Ashley pretty much emulates the same thoughts that I do. But yeah, I do have a problem with them constantly race swapping because like it's not so much that they're doing it; it's the fact that the results of them doing it doesn't really impact much, if not at all. Because I've noticed most of the time that there are some exceptions. There are some exceptions where race swapping works, but not a lot. And it seems like every time they do that, it's just to show that, hey, we're being more inclusive now. It feels artificial. It doesn't feel like, oh, race swapping them will make them better characters or more interesting characters. No, we're just doing that so everyone will feel like they're included. That's the message that it gives off to me.
Couldn't there potentially in the future progressive enough where it just happens and no one even mentions it? Like then will be to a point where it's just about the acting ability and what the person can bring to the character instead of their gender or race. Isn't that where we should be going, though? I mean, that's a question I have for the panel too. Isn't that a goal that we potentially should be? Like, does it really matter unless it's the race again or the race of the gender is so tied to the origins of the character? I think that's a different situation.
Well, no, you're absolutely right. Like, we shouldn't be necessarily looking at the race of the character. We should be looking at the acting ability. That's something that was a point of contention with Reva and Obi-Wan, which that just made me mad because like I wasn't the biggest fan of her character, but it had nothing to do with the fact that I think that they're including this person in here because she's Black. No, but it's like that's being very trying to live in an idealistic world, and that's not exactly what we're in right now.
Well, couldn't we ask, and I want to ask Matt this too, couldn't we get to a point where someone says, oh, they race swapped this character, and you just ask them, okay, well, for this particular character, why does it matter? Isn't that a better question to ask? And Matt, please, if you would, is the progress in the future enough where it doesn't matter who's cast as long as it's not tied to the character's nationality or race or gender, Shouldn't that be where we should be in the future? Like, if as
Well,
long
let
as
me
the
let me
person
ask you
adds
this:
it- yeah.
how would you feel if it was your character?
I think to be fair and be honest, I don't get excited when there's a race swap character, but ultimately this is how I feel. I used to actually make vids. I'm like, oh, they doing this, but I think it's a small inconvenience for giving more people more opportunities, and as long as it doesn't really change the character, as long as the acting ability is there, and I shouldn't have an issue with. I in my heart feel that I should not have an issue with race swaps or gender swaps, as long as they're they're doing something, they're treating the character with respect. I think it's a small inconvenience to for each person to say, and not gatekeep. Be like, you know what? Let's see what they got. Give them a chance. That's my opinion.
Here's another thing. Another thing why it's frustrating when they race swap is because whenever they decide to race swap, they do that to characters that are underwritten most of the time. And so it makes the situation worse because they think that's once again, they think they're doing that and it makes them better characters, but they don't. For example, when they race swap Johnny Storm and Fant Forstick, did that make the movie better? No. So that stuck out even more. Or the fact that when they race
the director made it, the movie made it worse. We can't hear you, Ashley.
And was it reflected in toys, in the comic books, and across all media? No. That's the issue. If you're just doing it in one medium, why do it? You're not giving me a continuity across toys, across the comics, and across the films. Like with the Nick Fury thing, he was in the Ultimates a black man. That's a legacy. Yes, that's a flip, but you also have the continuity that shows me that character as well. Okay. If you're not going to show me in these stories or in specific toys outside of the films and specific media, to me, it just doesn't make any sense overall.
Well,
exactly. When they race swap Superman, when they're trying to race swap Superman, do you think they're going to reflect that in the comics? They won't.
They won't. 100%.
Well, Arkham Gaming.
Well, won't they first race swap him in the comics, and then?
No, they don't.
See,
well, have they ever Well, I don't know. I don't read comics, and here's the thing. I was bringing this up on something I think last night. No one cares, right? Ultimately, no one cares, because here's the thing: out of everyone in the world, a very small portion of people actually read the comics. What people care about now, predominantly, are whether or not those characters are presented in a medium that can speak to them. Because after all these years of the MCU, comic sales are not terrible, but they haven't gone up. They haven't increased, right? Do you see kids reading comics anymore when they wear a Spider-Man shirt? No.
Yes. Yeah, I mean,
I don't, I don't at all. Comic book stores are not opening; they're closing. Yeah. Everything's going online.
Well, yeah, I totally get that. But also, let's think about this though. Also, when they race swap characters, like does that make the audience more interested in like get to know more black superheroes? Wouldn't that be more productive if they made more original black characters? Like, I don't think this doesn't really do anything for race swapping established characters. Doesn't make people more interested in them wanting to.
Here's the thing. What? Now, here's the thing. In Hollywood, they've white swapped lots of characters all through Hollywood's history. Why do we have this higher bar just because making why do we have to be overly critical just because the characters changed to a different color? Why can't we just say, well, how's their acting ability?
Well, okay, but again, hold on, because you're conflating literally two different industries. All right, you are literally conflating. This is the biggest problem here. The comics industry is not the film industry or the television industry. All right, what they look at is not whether or not like they can sell, and they want to know if they can sell tickets and sell merch. They want to know if an actor has 4-quadrant appeal. They want to know, like, if none of this mattered, then this Ezra Miller crap is going to have no impact at all on the Flash. But guess what? It's like at this point, nobody wants to touch that movie because they're going to have trouble marketing it to the 4 quadrants when the media could go, so what's going on with this 18-year-old you supposedly groomed? You know, like it becomes this bigger issue when the entertainment industry is involved. That's the whole point here. It's like we're talking about multiple industries. Yeah, they overlap. There's some Venn diagram stuff here. But at the end of the day, it's business, and it's going to be what sells. So if they think, okay, I'll give you guys, okay, do you guys remember in the 90s when they did the Honeymooners? Right? Do you guys remember the Honeymooners show?
Yeah.
All right. And it was like total white people central, you know?
What?
And then they remade it in the 90s with Cedric the Entertainer and Mike Epps.
Yeah.
And it was like, why are you, like, it was a bad movie. Like, and why? That was a question like that all of us had back in the 90s. Like, why? It makes no sense. But why was it done back then? And there's been other instances of this as well. And again, like the general audience, I don't think goes towards it because they're like, why? Who makes these decisions? And it's some idiot producer that's trying to probably like get ahead of the curve in some particular way. You know, and it's really lazy is what it boils down to. Like, but again, going back to the concept of original storytelling, we don't live in a fucking age of original storytelling.
Exactly.
We don't. Everything's an adaptation. And if it's not an adaptation, it's a remake or a reboot. Why? And I understand the logic behind that because, you know, like, hey, look, they're rebooting Quantum Leap. And because the kids who are going to watch Quantum Leap, you know, they didn't grow up with Quantum Leap. Well, it's like, bitch, those 5 fucking seasons are on. You can get them and they're great. You know, like you can watch that stuff and you can see.
I don't want to interrupt you, but a lot of people are saying I need to get the Arkham Super Chat. Okay, Arkham Gaming, $4.99. When you come up with original characters, no race swapping or passing mantle, no one cares. Let's be honest, no one's going to support it.
That's not necessarily true, though.
Thank you for the support, Arkham. But I think it's case by case basis. I think there has been support, maybe not a huge push. I keep going back to that WB fandom where they were really saying we're really going to do something with Static Shock, and we're all still waiting. That was a lot of BS. Right. And Static Shock is one of the most popular.
Well, we don't know what
characters.
is happening with Michael B. Jordan movie. Still no news, so he'll probably get news. Maybe it's Comic-Con, maybe who knows. Although the Milestone stuff, when they said they're gonna make 2 animated movies, something like that.
Well, what's wrong, Degrassi? I remember that Milestone character, Static Shock, right? I don't.
Well, look with that boy, he says here that the general audiences really only support remake sequels and reboots, and they do. And I think there's a fair thing with that. Is also one of the reasons why the trailers that we watch nowadays show us so much. It's because people want to know what they're getting into. They want to know what they're spending their time on because it costs so much money to go see these movies. And it's like they want to know that they're not going to be wasting their time. And it's the really weird thing that we've been groomed into because we have been as a society to be okay with this kind of crap and to not go out and really explore new properties. It's very rare that a new property blows up like Stranger Things did back in 2016 or 2015.
Well, Boys is a newer property, and yeah, there are some new ideas out there. It's just
but the Boys also
the Boys been around for a long. The
comic was around, but the show also lampooned the concept of it's very much satire of like DC. You know, it's very much satire of DC. Because DC takes itself far too seriously, and that's what The Boys is really replicating that concept and showing it from like how it can be corrupted mentality, and then the idea there again is what is the core concept of The Boys? The core concept of The Boys is not about the proliferation of superheroes; it's about the destruction of superheroes. It's literally about killing gods. Is what that show is ultimately about. It's one of the same reasons why the Golden Compass series did as well as it did, because it was fantasy aimed at young adults, but the overall concept was literally boiling down to let's go find God and kill him. And I talk about this all the time with these properties about like how we are more drawn to the concept of tearing down monuments and destroying legacies and destroying these kind of ideals because we know deep down that they are inherently bullshit, right? Like we are drawn to these ideas of toppling heroes because those people realistically would never exist. And it's the idea that something is above us, controlling us. We want to stop it. It's just something we inherently do as a species. And I think that's why we're seeing a lot more of those ideas and why they're more fascinating, because it speaks to the overall like psyche of humanity rather than pleading into some idealistic notion.
All right.
I'm also super cynical today. I don't know why.
I mean, I agree with everything that he just said. So I mean,
I went off on religion for like 20 minutes last night on my stream, and like it was.
Oh, I heard that. I heard that.
He just.
But here's the thing. I love The Boys, and I love Homelander. I love Anthony Starr in the role. I think it's a great lampooning of Superman, you know. But my favorite Superman is like dark, brutal Superman, because I want to see somebody take him out back and put 2 in his head. You know, because
wasn't that. Yeah, you're true. Yeah,
well, should we watch more of this or what? We're only on 3 minutes in.
It's up to you. It's up to you.
I'm gonna be quiet for a little while.
No, that's all right. There's just a lot. No, it's good discussion. We're not here bashing. I want to be clear. We're not here bashing the man. We're examining his words and having a discussion.
I don't know this man personally. I'm just talking about the things that he says, and a lot of it needs to be called out. Like
right.
Yeah, I mean, because like
he influences a lot of people.
Yeah, because like at the end of the day, like I mean, I don't think it's as extreme as he's putting it out, but at the same time, it's like, just for me personally, and I think Ashley could agree to an extent. We would prefer, if they're going to establish Black characters in the comic book movie stuff, we would rather them be original, because we like for them to have their own identity, not be attached to something that's already established. Not to say that it's always a bad idea, but if they have, we feels like they have more of a chance if they have their own identity and have their own stories. I feel like they will stand more the test of time, instead of just being like, oh, we're just going to remake the story again with some slight changes. So that's just pretty much how we're feeling.
Okay. Well, I'm very happy with the engagement on this specific conversation. If you have a hot conversation, you'll get a lot of engagement. I'm happy that we're having a nuanced, fair conversation here. Let's continue.
But she's just essentially saying that it's okay because these characters were created in a different time. And some people say that, well, this is a time where Black characters just were not created because they couldn't be created. And
well, this is an old video of his.
So
older.
Even if we assumed that what she said was true, which is not. We've already been through that. This is a fucking poser. The chick has no idea what she's talking about.
See.
Oh, here we
Straight up
go.
pose everything she probably knows about the character. Some shit she Googled on some fandom Wikipedia.
That's still a fan. That's still a fan. All this gatekeeping. That's still a fan. She has a right to
her opinion and differs from yours. That's just like that she automatically is a poser. That's the things and the gatekeeping issues with her.
Oh wait, he works for the Blaze?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I immediately discount everything that he says.
Oh wow.
Why? What's that?
The Blaze TV is Glenn Beck. If you don't remember how Glenn Beck absolutely fucked this country in 2010, anything related to Glenn Beck deserves to be pulled from the root and died. Killed, I don't give a fuck. Just let it all die.
I've known that he works for Blaze. I don't know what Blaze does though.
Blaze is like, you want to talk misinformation, disinformation, nonsense. Look, man, Glenn Beck, at the height of his career on Fox, would run his mouth in prime time, multiple hours a day, basically, on not only radio but TV. He was like the sole reason why the Tea Party started, which absolutely derailed American politics. He was so bad at like towards the end, he was literally only able to get advertisements on his program for gold.
Oh, really?
And he was the one. Yeah, well, yes, I agree with you, Anthony, that the Blaze is more right than OANN. OANN is just like propaganda that no one listens to, but the Blaze is like, I mean, dude, it's like Yeah,
worked for the
it's
Blaze.
he says libertarian, my left nut. Motherfucker, fuck that shit. Oh my god.
Oh, okay. We
Whatever,
got-
dude.
we're on a
Whatever,
tangent.
man.
What,
Whatever.
Tony,
No,
do you
here's the
have
thing.
anything
Here's
to
the
add?
thing. Here's my
Do you have
question.
anything to add? Okay, I have no idea about this.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. When you look at
Is that
politics,
is that
and
really
you-
helping with his profits right now? Because of that
it's
connection?
probably because they're gonna sell it as like that's what I say non-woke comic. We've already proven that he's
got
woke.
on
He's just
Fox
on the other
News.
side of the spectrum,
Yeah.
right? He's literally on the other side of the spectrum. It's horseshoe theory in motion. We know this.
A
he's
spectrum
woke.
to everything. And
Yeah.
Conservative woken.
It was
Conservative
total
woke.
concern. Look when he went after Jody's corner. Don't get me wrong, it was funny as shit. But he's just like
Well,
his whole thing is
he
like
always says he is a
you fat,
libertarian.
you fat, you fat. He said the same thing to me. He's like, work out, fatty. And it's like that ain't an answer. That ain't an argument. What you talking about, dude? I can't. I mean, I don't. You look like a homeless guy. Like, how the fuck can I communicate with you?
When did you start working out, Matt?
Well, I've lost weight, but that's not because of him. But sure, you know. Dude, I'm a type 2 diabetic. I have to do
Tony,
shit. You know what I mean?
About
Like,
Glenn Beck and all that and Blaze. I have no idea. I don't know what Matt's talking about.
yeah, Tony, Tommy Lauren works for the Blaze. Lauren Chen works for the Blaze. I'll tell you this. I was at an event in 2018 called Kilroy in Phoenix where Lauren Chen was there before she got hired. This is Roaming Millennial. Before she got hired. And she was having at the Blaze, but she was having a conversation that I overheard, and they were talking positively about how like race realism is a good thing. Right? Like they're all like these people don't even like when they're private, they don't even fucking hide it, dude. They don't even hide it. Right? They don't even hide like how much they hate like how they hate a lot of people. How they don't like minorities. They don't like gays. I mean, Ted Cruz himself said the other day that they're basically coming for gay marriage next. Basically. He is citing the Supreme Court ruling.
Let's be careful.
You know?
These aren't. I kind of want.
But it's all tied in together, dude. It's all tied in together.
These are radical right people. They're not conservatives. I don't think.
No, but Eric here is a libertarian working for one of the worst conservative rags on the planet.
Yeah.
It's like the fuck that shit, dude. You get what? Like you get a paycheck from like fucking Satan? Man, eat my ass, motherfucker.
Wow.
Like straight up, dude.
Come on.
Fucking nah, seriously. Here's my biggest question. Why does that Isom character have a cross right above his dick? That's my question. That's a weird placement for a cross, dude. That's like why you want people associating his crotch with a cross. What you trying to say there, Eric? You didn't.
Maybe he likes that.
Maybe he does like it. Maybe he happens to really enjoy it.
That's gonna be
cross right above his dick. I don't know. You know, he works for a company called The Blaze, which is all it's fucking Glenn Beck. I'm sorry, that triggers the fuck out of me, dude.
Like,
I didn't know he worked for the Blaze.
Glenn
either,
Beck
so.
is the worst, is the literal worst.
Yeah,
I didn't.
And like
he is. Yeah.
It's just man, fuck that shit. Like I was gonna say I wish him the best of luck. Fuck him, fuck it. I have no control over any of it. I have no control over any of it. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. People are gonna be deceived. They're gonna be betrayed. They're gonna be lied to. It's what happens in these environments, you know. Because all it is a right wing grift, dude. It's all a right wing grift.
I was gonna ask Tony. I forgot to ask you about the cross. I'm like, is there something to this cross right around his waist crotch area that we should reach? That there's some reason for that.
No idea why. But there's 3 different designs.
Yeah.
If you look at the art, there's 3 different designs for the cross.
Hold on. What the fuck have I turned on, Thanos? You've been running your fucking mouth for like a hot minute. The fuck are you trying to say? I'm not a fan of religion. I'm not a fan of conservatism. All right, I'm not quiet about my opinions on that shit.
Shit.
He said on his other stream, Thanos, that if you have faith, not against that. He's just against you pushing your ideas on other people. I can't.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with faith. I don't like organized religion. I also don't like people who weaponize their religion.
Yeah.
To turn against other fucking people. And the thing is, this is what. But this is what.
Either, but weaponized religion is a huge problem.
But the same thing happens with weaponized fucking fandom.
Yes.
Right. Exactly. It's the same thing here. This is what Eric is doing. Is he's weaponizing fandom against people. He's using it as a place. He's basically saying, "Don't trust them. Trust me. They don't know what they're saying. I know what I'm saying. They probably read about this on some kind of fandom wikia somewhere. That don't mean shit." As you were trying to say before I saw the Blaze thing, I cut you off and I apologize. But
you went
anyway,
on a tangent. Woo!
Yeah, I mean, that was
Louis
hot
Berry,
fire.
$2 saw Love and Thunder today, liked it. Bale and Portman stole it. Thank you, Louis Berry. I'm glad you enjoyed
Nice.
it. I appreciate that.
Well, people are
Where
saying
do we go from here? This is
well, finish the video. Let's see where you go.
All right, this is a long video.
Sorry.
Or a long stream.
But let's even just for the sake of conversation, which I don't know that. Look at these characters and say, okay, well, they were created in the 40s. So what? So what? Even if every single prominent comic book character from Marvel DC was created in the 40s, so the fuck what? So what? See, what you're doing is you're excusing laziness, right? You got characters that have gone through decades of growth. Not all of them have ever stuck, right? Even with some of the ones that you think of like the OG DC superheroes, a lot of them were changed around before they really, really caught on. See Green Lantern and how they, with the introduction of Hal Jordan, completely changed what Green Lantern was about. Instead, it wasn't just this one guy's shit. It was actually this kind of space police force there, right? That's what happened with the introduction of Hal. So even with some of the characters that you know have stuck around, there was a lot of growth, a lot of trial, a lot of error. And they stuck. Not all of them. If you think of all of the characters that have been around for decades or that were created, let's say even between like 1950 to 1980, like a lot of those characters, if not most of them, were DOA.
Yeah, he's not here.
A lot of trial and a lot of error.
Can you speed it up? Speed it up.
Speed it up, yeah.
Yeah, speed it up, yeah.
Put it 2 minutes. I mean,
What?
Wow.
Because of whatever social.
Yeah, baby.
I don't know. Like
What?
John Campia.
There he is. Yeah.
Holy crap.
John,
James
wow.
Campia. Wow.
Wow.
Okay, John
The
Campia,
man himself.
$100 says that's a great point. Great. Woo! We got to make the next video. Come on, we got to make the next John Campia video. Yeah, John Campia. Come on.
That's a great
I'm
point.
sorry. I should have sung my John Campia song.
I really think, think you got a fan now, Max.
No, well, John, that was really fun video that you did for the movie talk community. We really appreciate it. You had Enosh in there. You had a lot of our friends there. We had K-Dots. We had Ashley. We had RJ.
Yep.
That means a lot to a lot of people. So I have criticized you in the past, though, just so you know, because my friends have called me out. But I do think you do a lot of good for movie talk as well. So thanks for the support. That's a great point. Green Lantern isn't anything like he was when he's created. Neither is Wonder Woman. Even Superman is significantly different. Yeah, thank you, John.
Just remember, Max, I was here both times. Campia.
Yeah, I don't
I'm
know.
like your lucky charm. You gotta.
I don't know about lucky. You're something.
So lucky.
Tony,
Tony,
you're something.
YouTubers now.
No, but John, just so you know, this was an interesting conversation. I would love to hear you and Robert take on this conversation about tokenism versus mantles, because there's a long history in the comics characters of carrying on mantles, and where the outrage comes from is usually where we're finding out a lot of the outrage comes when when the mantle is given to a different gender or race. But lots of different people or characters in the comics, there's always been mantles. So what are we really complaining about? You're really complaining about how comics have been for years, and you don't really know what you're talking about if you are so harsh on this specific subject, honestly, because there's always been mantles carried on, and a lot of these characters deserve mantles that be carried on from just one character. Oh, Nicotina, do you want to say hi to John Campia, Nicotina?
John Campia is here. How's it going, John Campia? I've been watching you for a very long time. Yeah, man.
This is Nicotina.
What's up, man? Nice. If you're watching, nice to meet you.
John, you need to check out Project. What's it called?
Justice League asshole.
Oh, yeah.
Check
no,
what?
That's true.
Fuck off, Andre.
Hey,
I'm trying to pimp you up here. I just blinked for a second.
No, that's true, John.
All right. But if you guys are talking about the Obi-Wan fan edit the other day, you got to check out Project Justice League. You got to check it out.
Appreciate that.
All right. Hashtag restore the Snyderverse.
There
I know.
we
I mean, they put a lot of work into that, so good for them.
Part two, part
that's-
two is going to be coming out this August. It's going to be even bigger too.
Think about that. Part 2. Dick on Table Part 2. Massive.
Dick on
Wow.
Dick on Table Part 2. That's what it's called.
Wow.
Dick on hard.
Dick on hard. There you
Rossi
go.
says, "Make it rain, make it rain."
Are you going to twerk now, Max?
What's that?
Is it twerking time now?
No, I don't twerk for fun. I'm twerking right now. I'm just off camera.
It doesn't work.
Are you going to take off your shirt,
I
Max?
actually did. It's hot in here. I'm not going to go full mask on. Oh
It's
man,
hot in here.
Every time you stop by, I'm
Perfect
out of
time to
my
twerk.
Mad Men gear. Next time.
I know you're not even on camera
Max
for John
twerking for
Campia. Man, come
denominations
on.
of Christ.
It's hot up in here. I love wearing my
It's
mask
getting
and stuff,
hot in
but
here.
Turn the AC.
I know. I have my
I
AC
have
on.
the
I have my
AC
fan
on.
on me.
it's still hot. I don't
I don't
full
have my
house
ear
AC.
on. I
I
never
have
use it
listen.
because I don't like artificial.
Unless John Campia stops by every stream, I'm a poor madman that only has one window AC. It's not like it's
in the
I
whole
don't have
house.
I don't have whole. No, well, I have in each bedroom and then the living room, so I don't have
Okay.
like whole house air conditioning.
You guys have air conditioning?
I have a window air
Man,
conditioning.
lucky people here.
Oh come on!
You don't
With
even
their-
need it in Washington. Come on.
It's 63 degrees right now here in Washington. So
It's like it's never hot over there. Come on.
oh,
I mean,
that is a lie. That is a lie.
I mean,
I got
it
dude.
gets
I got
warm,
sunburned
but I
in
mean-
Alaska a couple weeks ago. So it's like it gets warm here. Don't trip. Don't. It gets warmer than California sometimes.
Here, so does anybody want to?
Well, what
Yeah, I can jump off. It's fine.
I'll dip.
thank
I'll dip.
you.
I got to start
No,
prepping for my
no,
stream
no.
too. So
What
t-
is the stream about?
tonight I'm asking my audience to red pill me on anime.
Oh,
Because I've been a dick. I've been a dick about anime, and I have a lot of anime lovers in my audience, and they've been like really supportive about that. So I watched like Ghost in the Shell and Akira last week, and I didn't really care for either. At the ending, I should say. The endings were bad on both, but the animation was fantastic. So I'm like, all right, red pill me on anime, so then they can like, like I'll check it out. So I'm gonna try to like give them something they like.
You know what I hate is that people still call anime cartoons. Like these, no, that's different. They're not cartoons. They're not for kids. This is just
cartoon.
soap operas. Yeah,
They are
but in
cartoons.
animation form.
It's a cartoon.
Yeah.
though.
I mean,
at the end of the
sometimes.
day,
Well,
it's a
no,
cartoon.
sometimes they're cartoons. Like sometimes they are.
Yeah, like
they're very.
Pokemon is kind of a cartoon.
Well, there's even like you have like the original like what is it,
Anime
Rory
means
Kenshin
cartoon.
movie, which is like hardcore violent, and then you get the animated show, and the show is like stupid AF, right? It's just it is a cartoon for kids, but the movie was violent as all hell, where this like chick commits
Anime
suicide by
just-
biting out her own tongue, like that kind of hardcore.
Oh,
There's some
shit.
problematic
What
stuff
was
in
this
anime.
again?
There's
What
some
is this
problematic-
The
again?
Kenshin, Rory Kenshin, the movie.
Rory?
Like
Rory
it's just Kenshin. I can never
Maroni.
pronounce it. I'm
Maroni.
Rononi, Rice-A-Roni. I don't know how to pronounce it.
Can you type this out? Because I want to
Oh,
see this
Rara.
right now.
You mean Roroni?
Maroni. Thank you. I don't. I don't watch this shit. I was.
Maroney, he got arrested in Batman.
Not Maroni.
Yeah.
that's funny. That's funny. He got
I know who that
arrested.
guy
Max,
is.
say color again. I like the way you say color.
Watch Ranma 1/2. How about that one? If you like titties.
By the way, I wasn't.
Oh, come on!
Wow.
Come on!
Just
You-
flat out.
why do
What?
we have you on when John Campy comes here and you say?
Oh my
that is,
God! You are such a
those are,
prude.
those are
John
underage
Campia is a
ones.
Canadian.
Those
All right,
are
Canadians
underage.
might have
Ranma 1/2
because
is- I
Canadians
love
are
that
dirty
show,
as shit.
But it's
All
very
right.
problematic.
Yeah, trust me. I'm 1/2 Canadian. All right, so it's like Canadians are funny and they're dirty as shit. Okay, but they hide it behind a polite demeanor, but they're dirty. They have very dirty
Campia-
sense of humor.
Campia
that's
is low
what you
key
mean.
nasty too.
I thought you were saying they didn't shower or something. I was like, what?
Well, I mean, no, they shower, right? Clearly, they're a very clean people, Justin. They just don't lock their front door. That's the only thing. They're very trusting, but their beer sucks.
Oh,
But if anyone
Matt-
gets that
Matt,
reference,
Have you ever
Oh,
met John
man.
Campia?
yes, I had a full conversation with him at Comic-Con in 2019. He hosted.
Have you ever streamed with him?
No, that will never happen. Because I'll
Never-
flat out
never say
ask
never.
him. I'll flat out ask him like what he
God.
thinks about Rob hanging out with guys who openly shit on him.
Oh, come on.
That's my question.
Yeah.
That's my question.
Like, I'm
What? It's
outta
a
here.
valid
I'm
question.
outta
It's a
here.
valid question. It's
Why
a
don't
valid
you
question.
pick up
Robert's a
100
smart
right now?
guy. He's a
You
smart
just had
guy.
a shit all over that, didn't you?
No, he's a smart guy, but when you hang out with heel versus babyface and you're like, I'm proud to stream with a guy who's an open bigot, it makes me really question some stuff.
He hasn't done it recently.
Sure, maybe he got told from he knows where his bread is buttered, and he got told to shut the fuck up about it.
No, maybe he wised up on an old friend, honestly, because I think he Robert Meyer. I like Robert Meyer. I also have concerns there as well, but it seems like he shared that he used to be on forums back in the day. That may be where he met. I mean, they're both hot toy collectors. They're both in the Star Trek, OG Star Trek. So
I don't get it. How can somebody be into OG Star Trek and then hate things that are woke? Like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get how you can like hate progressiveness and go, man, I love Star Trek.
We're going
like, it doesn't make any
There's
sense
a
to
right
me.
way to do it, I guess, and a wrong way.
Well,
to do
there
it.
goes
There
goes my
zero
chance to end up in the
F's
Campia video again. Oh my god!
What?
0 F's given. That's Jarbo. You know?
What you bring? You know what you get when you bring me on. Like I don't censor myself.
I didn't know I was gonna get this combination.
I didn't know you were going to get 100 bones from Campia, and I'm just like, but you know what? He was here
on
long
my Jarbo
before
stream,
hearing me
John
rant
Campion's
about
gonna drop
religion.
100.
So it's like, you know what? And he still threw $100 on the fucking conversation. So you know what? It is what it is. All right, like you know what?
If I don't end up in the second video, I'm gonna blame you.
And you just got another channel member too. So give it up for Daniel Martin.
Daniel Martin. Thank you for being
Daniel
my member.
Martin.
I have lots of members. Woo!
Great
Okay, so
job.
that could show up.
I joined because the first thing I heard pop opening up the stream was there's dicks on the table, and now and now this is where we are.
Dude, oh man, this
I was like, I
you,
have
Ralph.
to be a part of this now.
Thank you.
Caden was on for all 3 hours last night. He knows how bad my show gets.
This is what happens with Tony and Matt, my good friends.
why
Every
are you
time.
being there?
Well,
To be fair, what does Tony have to do with any of this?
Actually, Tony's been better. Actually, it was
Why are you
actually
blaming
Matt,
Tony? He hasn't been
Matt and RJ last time. Yeah, they like to as soon as Campy comes in, they like to test it of what they could say.
No,
Ralph.
I say
Campy
whatever I
never
want
coming
regardless,
back.
but I'll ask hard questions.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'll ask hard questions because I
What
feel
if-
we need to start asking more hard questions. Clearly, how many times has Campy given you money now?
Twice.
There's clearly a pattern. There's clearly a fucking pattern here.
I'm going to be the next member of the John Campia show.
Sure. You know what? If John Campia wanted to move you
I
to
think
wherever he's at in
I think
California,
Ashley would be great on the Campia show.
Yeah.
I think I vote for Max to be on the Campia show. I do.
I'd like to
Well,
go
you
on.
know what? You know who's gonna complain about this now again, as they complained before.
I'm on the payroll.
Oh,
I'm on
God.
the payroll. I get my check.
Oh my
once a
God,
week.
Max, you are on the payroll.
I am on the John Campia
This is the
payroll.
second time.
If you're on the John Campia payroll, that means you're getting paid by Disney.
Good.
That means you're
The club. Welcome to the club.
You're a
I would take
show.
some of that Disney money.
I get paid once a week.
Hey John, you want to come to my channel and drop $100, dude? I'm all about. You got $5 for all I care.
I got a raise this week. I went
They
from
already
20 to
have. I don't
100.
care.
I
know.
Raise. Thank you, John, for my raise. I will reach out to you soon.
Oh, I thought you were saying at work that you actually got a raise on top.
No,
of that.
I got a raise on my YouTube work.
Oh,
Yeah.
What if
that's
John
what you meant.
Campia
Okay.
donates $50?
I'm a big
to my
deal
John
now.
Campia?
I'm a big deal. Thank you.
It's all good. He obviously likes your show, so that's a good thing, you know.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and you know what? If he has the cash, like honestly, if I had the cash, like I'd do the same thing because why not?
Yeah.
You know.
And CGH says $2. The aliens are watching from outer space. I want some aliens.
They're-
I want all the
I have all
audience.
things to watch. Like currently, okay, maybe, but I don't know. There's so many things going on in the world. It's like, what would you watch? I don't know. If you're an alien observing the species,
Mad
Better
Men.
so
I'd
cold.
always.
You know
And
what?
they-
I think it's
This is
they
the
probably
first thing.
watch a lot of porn because of all the probing.
Damn.
I mean, if you
Oh,
really,
it's not.
You know,
You're not
this is how
incorrect.
you
Yeah.
tell. This is how you tell Matt is ready to go with his stream. He's throwing out the jokes right away. Go. When are you going live?
I go live in a half hour.
Exactly.
So no, but dude, I say this shit anyway.
John
You know
Campia
that.
gonna give you money?
Oh yes.
Look, I do not believe for a second John Campia will ever give me money. 100%.
I hope he gives you $1 just so he can prove you
that
wrong.
would be really funny if it was like a
Shout out
$1
to
super
Rhea.
sticker.
You know what would be even
burning up
funnier
the-
is if he went on his phone and gave you a 99-cent super chat.
That'd be funny. That'd be really funny.
Just so you guys
You know what would be
I
even
said-
better if Campia recorded himself going to your stream and you're like, should I donate? Nah, and then you're like,
No, just be like,
After the
oh,
video.
this guy? Fuck this guy.
Doesn't even do it, but writes a comment in the chat.
Well,
I would
I
laugh.
want to.
I
I want
would
to thank
laugh.
you,
I
Rhea.
would
Max, you
laugh.
deserve it. Rhea is also doing really good. She's almost at 600 subs.
Nice.
Her video game
Her to
streams
1,000.
are doing really good. And honestly, I'm a recovering collector. I'm shipped her some things to try out on her
You
gaming
collector?
streams.
A
I don't
recovering
collector.
collector.
No, Justin, for real. I'm a shopaholic collector where I got myself into severe debt. But I had some stuff laying around. I was going through my stuff, and she's like, "Yeah, I'd like to play around with that, give it a try." So it should be there Friday. There's a box of goodies for her to try, some retro video game stuff. Hopefully, it'll make some good content, and I'm glad she's going to try it out. So look out for that, and go sub to Rhea and sub to Ashley as well. Sub to all these great people. I love this community. And yeah, props to Matt for bringing up Project Justice League. Absolutely, Nicotina.
Yeah, thank
the
you.
Four
Thank you for saying
Nerds.
that.
Yeah, it's great. I'm so happy.
Look, I might be a dick about it on Twitter,
Yeah,
but I
you
still
might
like
be.
Andre. You know?
Well, you know what it is about Matt? He's one of those guys where, like, no matter what he says or does or acts out or whatever, there's that small little bit deep down inside that says, "Oh, that was fucked up. I shouldn't have done that." And then he'll make up for it. And I swear, it's always the case. And unless you're a real dick, then he doesn't care.
Listen, the day that Henry Cavill come back, people's gonna shit on Matt on Twitter.
Oh,
that's gonna happen. I'll be like,
that
I'ma
dude
laugh on
Vince,
Twitter,
thank
be
you
like,
for the
"Damn,
99-cent
yeah,
super
you got it."
sticker. And that dude, we want you to come back on streams too. We'd like to have you around. And Rhea says she'll unbox it on stream. Yeah, there's some surprises in there. Unfortunately, it's not the coolest surprise. Like, you can't keep it.
It's a bomb.
Honestly, you can't keep it because I
It's
can't
a
buy any
bomb.
money. No, come on. Who said that, Anthony?
Who?
Don't say that.
I want to say what?
You said it was a
video
bomb?
games.
What?
Yeah, who said that?
I didn't say
Or a
shit.
bomb.
What?
Wait, what? Max
No.
getting
Shit,
bombs
shit.
now?
No, it's all game
Jeez.
stuff.
That's all
Yikes.
But there's,
Don't want a
there's
Max
great stuff in
action.
this community, and I have to get back with Ashley because she is a great content creator, and we have to finish that end credit sequence stuff for Marvel, and then work on that project that we wanted to do. Not to put too much on Ashley about
been home. I know I'm like getting back.
No,
I'm just now
big
getting
mix-
back to being home a lot now, and so yeah.
Yeah, the mixer idea where we get we have
Yeah.
fun with a lot, branch out to more content creators, because I think that's something we're doing great. Is we're reaching out to a lot of people, to a lot of different opinions. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely check that out. We'll be there to support you on Friday. I can't wait to see if you're excited about the other thing I put in there for you to check out.
Is it the digital code of Zack and Justice League?
No, it's the video games. Video games. Because she's doing really good. Man, I'm jealous of her thumbnails. Her thumbnail game. I need
It's
better.
better than
I'm
yours.
trying. Ashley also says great thumbnails.
No,
Matt has
I
great
hate
thumbnails.
making them.
No, I'm not good at making thumbnails either. I need if I ever did this full time, I would want to hire
my thumbnail game
a
could be
professional
better.
thumbnail maker.
Just hire somebody.
Yeah, dude, just outsource. There's plenty
Well,
of people.
you have
who
to
will
be
do
I
that.
used to put a lot of effort into making thumbnails, and now I just pretty much my thumbnails all look the same. I just change the wording, change a couple pictures, and just move on.
Well, that's consistency. Yeah.
Yeah, it's consistency. I'm just like,
Yeah,
look,
but
there's no-
sometimes if you really try hard on your thumbnails, sometimes you'll get rewarded every once in a
sometimes.
while.
Well, but I mean, there's a battle too, because I mean, you don't want your thumbnails to be like overly convoluted with all kinds of shit on there. Like Enosh throws like everything under the sun on his thumbnails, and if it works
So
for him,
do
it works
I.
for him. Well,
Well-
yes and no.
Look at this one.
That's
Well,
a lot
for
of
Ian,
shit.
for Ian,
That's a lot of
it
shit.
works.
Yeah.
That's
That's
a
like,
lot.
what am I looking at?
Well, look
But
at
then we got all
mine.
the viewers say it.
I just brought it up. I should bring up my screen, Max. So this is my thumbnail for
Oh
tonight.
God,
Oh Jesus Christ!
that's
know?
disturbing.
So, but it conveys an idea.
Yeah,
It
they're
conveys
joking.
an
Why is
idea.
Goku there?
The idea is
It's
Matt,
an
I don't.
anime.
I just thought I was like, who the fuck is an anime? Like,
Yeah, he's like, well,
Hollywood After Dark with like the Pornhub kind of.
I know.
yeah, you never hang around my streams, do you, man? Like, I say the weirdest
Actually,
shit.
Justin, you would have a lot of fun on his streams. Really,
Maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
you would.
I either would have a
I
lot
would
of
like to
fun,
see
or I would be
Justin on
like,
there.
"What the fuck is wrong with you?"
It's never that bad.
No.
Oh.
Mostly.
It would be fun to see Justin.
Yeah,
on
no,
there.
it's never that.
No, it's
Well,
crazy stuff.
I do have some other articles if we want to run through them. Real
Do
quick.
you?
What do we want to? This I'm
Do
like,
you?
I don't know what. I had a lot of fun this stream. I don't know where to go from here. I don't want to
Don't
go
bring
back
up
to Rip.
don't bring up a Geekosity article.
No, it's not Geekosity.
That's all he has.
Yeah.
Well, this is this quick. Would you be on board with this? I would love to see the much longer version. Civil War's airport
I
battle.
mean, sure.
Sure, why not?
Cool. Yeah, I guess.
I love
that's
that's
longer. By how much more?
No, I don't want it. I hate it.
Bigger, longer, and uncut.
I'm tired of this extra director's cut bullshit.
I love
Let it die. Let it die.
You know,
Nothing wrong
Marvel.
with
You know,
director's
Disney doesn't do extended cuts.
Well, I mean,
but you could put the deleted scene, out, but
if they do like another box set, like the Infinity War thing,
yeah,
and yeah, maybe they could put it there. So yeah,
I would love to see. Now, people are getting annoyed with fans, and like my good pal Brian, you stands that always want the different version of the cut. I love that stuff. I love that stuff.
Dude,
if the director wants it. If the director wants it, that's my.
Well, here's the thing. I've always liked that stuff. I'm so curious about it. I don't get it. That's just called being a movie nerd,
We're
and just
talking about
loving
anime?
movies. Like, it's just, I don't understand. Where's the criticism in that? Of like, how dare you want more of something you love? That's insane.
No Way Home is getting a cut in September. So
yeah, but that's also to hit certain
money
markers,
to make $2 billion.
for the re-release.
Yeah,
that's why that's happening.
They should do that for Doctor Strange if Disney is smart. But just saying.
And Disney won't do extended
Yeah, well,
cuts.
because it's cheap back. Yeah, we know that.
Why not? Why not do an extended cut? It'll just make you more money.
If you want to hit $1 billion for Doctor Strange, do an extended cut. Everybody watch it. I'll be there day one.
Yeah, go like all of Grace's scoops, all the people that she.
No,
talked to.
Grace.
No,
Grace
do
is
that.
amazing.
No. What I was gonna say is go shoot all that and then add that into the movie, and then she might, be happy.
Yeah, why not? Why not do what they did in Endgame and re-release it to be the #1 highest-grossing film of all time? Play those games. That's fun.
Well, until Avatar re-release, and then it'll just be effectively #2 again.
I'm watching that in theaters.
Well, no, Avatar is already #1 again.
What a
Yeah,
cheap
yeah.
move by James Cameron.
It is going to make $3 billion.
Here's an interesting conversation that Joe Russo started. Avengers Endgame director Joe Russo is sick of the theatrical versus streaming culture war. Is this becoming a thing? Maybe with the writers. The Russos aren't precious about the theatrical experience. If it's not anyone's place to reject the next generation's ideas. I love this. We're in crisis right now because everyone's at war with each other. It's sad to see, as guys who grew up loving film, a thing to remember too is it's an elitist notion to be able to go to the theater. It's very effing expensive. So
It's
the
fucking
idea was
expensive.
created
It's
that we
pretty
hang on
expensive,
to, that the theater is a sacred place. It's bull s, and it rejects the idea of allowing everyone under the tent. So what are your that's pretty bold comment.
You ain't lying though.
That's interesting. What Matt, you might go, and then around the panel, what are your thoughts on Joe Russo's comments there?
I think he's right. As much as I've spent well over 10 years of my life working for theaters. I love movie theaters. I love going, but the landscape has changed. The younger generation, they want they multitask. You know what I mean? So they'll watch at homes, they'll watch on their phone, they'll watch as they're on the go, and that's okay with them. And that's what the Russos are getting
That
at.
almost
Is that
rhymed.
Kinda, yeah. Well, I'm a bit of a poet at times. I'm a poet and I didn't even know it. There we go. There we go. Nicotino. Yeah.
Oh my God.
I'm just saying it's like look, people will they'll watch movies on whatever device they can. You know, do you guys remember back in the 90s when you had like the vans with like the little like 4.5 inch TV?
I need to correct Saggy Melons for a second. Tony doesn't discriminate. He tries to criticize everyone equally. I could say that he criticizes everybody. So it's not just because of that. Or I'm not saying that's what you're suggesting.
Now,
Well,
Matt,
quit me
Matt,
dialogue,
I never had any of those like TVs with are you talking about installed in the car?
No, not they were like in like vans. They were for, like, for families and whatnot.
TV. Oh, okay.
They're like
because
the TV.
you know, my dad would sometimes when we would go on a road trip, he would take our little tiny TV and put it in a car adapter, and I would like watch videos on there.
Oh yeah, that's a way to do it. I remember like when portable DVD players was a thing, and my friend worked at Walmart and let me borrow his 4.5 incher. You know.
What about Quibi?
Oh wow!
I defend Quibi. I'll always defend Quibi. It just came out at the
Didn't
wrong
Roku
time.
special that?
Yeah,
right?
They
Tony
did.
made a video on me that I didn't like. I was like, all right.
Max, you've made videos on me that were also false, so it's
What the hell is this bullshit?
Max. Shots fired.
Shot fired, yo.
What?
Got
What
shot.
the fuck is this bullshit in the chat? Saggy, I don't understand what the fuck.
I don't want to highlight that. John Kippy still might be watching.
Oh, Jesus Christ. He's like, don't you do it, Max, or I'm leaving.
Yeah.
This is bullshit. I'm getting harassed for criticizing someone.
No, actually, this is the new thing on the internet. You can't even criticize. It's because it's the result of the grifters in the fandom that now, if you even do criticism, you're like, oh, you're going you're going all you're going all these hate ragers.
You're an
That's
anti.
Yeah.
Watch my video, Saggy. I didn't mention anything about Eric's beliefs.
I don't know who
his
this
looks.
Tony guy
Or you're a beta.
Yeah. Who's
Beta
I'm
Max.
the Tony guy.
Beta Max.
You could pimp your channel out. You have a wrench now.
All I did was criticize his artwork and the story for his fucking book. Okay, I have no criticism of the man personally in my whole video. Everyone's freaking the fuck out because I criticized some tiny 642 subscriber channel is criticizing Young Rippa's video, and all of a sudden it's a big fucking deal. Sorry, Max. Sorry for swearing.
What are you doing, Keely? Don't put that as a prop to. What the hell, Keely? No. Keely,
Brittany Venti. What in the
No,
Jeez.
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem with the next part of the comment. Don't do that, please.
Who the hell is that?
I don't know.
Brittany Vent. You know what? There's a lot to explain there.
I'd
There's a lot to explain there.
I'd rather not. We have some other topics, and we're going to end the stream.
Okay.
Her last video did 12,000.
I'm gonna say no to
probably
this.
gonna go to bed.
Yeah, no, just no, thank you.
Thor: Love and Thunder maintains the top spot despite a steep decline.
Well,
Yeah.
68% decline.
Thing is, it still is on the horizon to make 800 million.
Yeah, it's still gonna make more money than
It's
the
a
Batman.
flop.
Oh my!
No, it's not.
He's
No.
joking.
It didn't do a billion.
What a flop? Does anybody know
That
what a
is
flop
the new
is?
thing. Like if a comic book movie doesn't make $1 billion, that's like the
Well, look at the
argument, like,
Batman.
the
Everybody
Batman.
was.
Yeah,
Batman didn't make $1 billion.
Like
Doctor Strange didn't make $1 billion.
But
so
Who fucking who?
I mean,
but
Doctor Strange is what 60
Matt
million.
Jarbo
off,
did
so
make a
it's
video
less.
that said was it again the Russo brothers criticizing Bob
Chapek. Yeah.
And I used to think that she's really upset that you have a wrench.
she's really upset.
That's actually probably for the best because she would most likely mute him. So
She's like, what the hell? She's like, what the hell did I miss on this channel that Tony the Geek Getaway got a wrench here?
I mean, the Thor
Times
box
are changing.
office is
Oh yeah, that's
712
cancel
million,
Max.
which is not bad.
subscribe to me. Okay, but what I was gonna say is, what was I gonna say? God damn it!
So is $712 million a flop?
Oh no, but
No,
with
by no
Matt
means.
Jarbo's comment on, I didn't think he was right that Bob Chapek actually had impact on the result of the creative decisions. But apparently, if Russo is calling him out, maybe I was wrong on that one. Maybe he does have impact on the budgets of the films. I didn't think they would mess with Marvel, but maybe they are.
Well, they already
maybe
did.
Maybe that is why it's not having as much success as it has in the past, is the current Bob Chapek impact on the Marvel films.
I don't know about you guys, but I found, with Bob
What do
Chapek
you-
taking over, I oddly miss Bob Iger for some reason. I don't know. There was something about him that was just like kind of charming, I guess. I don't
Mhm.
know. Am I wrong about that?
No, you're
No.
absolutely spot on.
Yeah, I'm good.
you're
He's a creative himself. He loves movies, and I don't. Yeah, he's in it to make money. Yeah, sure. At least I feel like it comes from somewhat of a genuine place. Like when he, what really got it for me was when he was calling, Coppola and Scorsese on their bullshit of criticizing their films as not cinema. He's like, what the hell? He's like, these are movies. Like, shut up. Like don't tell me that it's not cinema. And like I like that side of him. I like him being genuine and saying like, oh, they can bitch about it. Like he actually said that, and I was like, yes, I'm glad to see that human side of him. Chapek doesn't really talk very much, and so I don't know what he does behind the scenes, but I don't know. There was something that was charming about.
He's a
Iger.
money guy. He's destroyed the
Yeah, he's
parts,
a money-
and
yep.
he's just about the bottom line. He's not a creative.
Oh wow, Keely's pimping
at
your
all.
channel out.
Oh
Tony-
yeah, Keely
Tony-
Chow is awesome. I love
she is.
Keely Chow.
Tony,
Keely
you
Chow,
didn't
what?
even put your channel on there when I told you. You could put
Yeah, I
it
did.
up.
I put a link to the video in question.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Here, there's only a few more articles I had.
I'm more of a Michael Eisner kind of guy.
Michael Eisner?
Really? Shut the
Classic.
fuck up, Andre. Like what?
You need
You're
to
like,
play
I like.
Disney.
Oh, remember the
Wait,
wonderful
what?
world of Disney?
I used
Wait,
to.
wasn't Michael
As a
Eisner,
kid, he was on ABC. Like, hey, everybody! I was always like, oh, there he is, Disney.
This is
Wait,
Johnny
hold on a
Depp's
second
daughter?
though. Hold on a second though.
Yeah.
Wasn't he a part of the Disney Renaissance, overseeing all
Yes.
that?
Yeah, no, he was. I was just giving shit, but I will say this though:
Feige hates
He's
Chapek.
dead now too.
did he die?
Did he,
Michael
did he
Eisner?
die?
Maybe,
No, that
maybe he
sucks.
didn't.
Oh no,
I will
no,
say
wait,
his
hold on,
son's a
Kevin
really good. His
Feige?
son's a good director, though.
No.
Kevin Feige.
Wait,
Oh,
what?
don't. Not my husband. He's not dead.
Oh, wait a minute. I think the person who died is Roy Disney, and that's what maybe whoever the hell said he died and just
No,
caused
Michael
everyone to
Eisner
panic.
is still alive.
Kate,
No,
did
he's
you
not
know
dead.
He
about?
is still alive. He is.
I
Still
didn't
alive.
watch the trailer yet. Do you know about this?
It would be
The idol?
all over the place if
I
one of
watched
them
the
died.
trailer and it looks.
Saggy's account got timed out. Apparently.
What? 2 times?
Oh, my finger slipped.
Oh, Tony, why did you do that? Now I'm
Wait.
gonna have problems. She's a
my finger
member.
slipped. My
I'm gonna
finger
have to take it
slipped.
away now. I'm gonna have to take it away, Tony. She's a member.
My finger slipped.
I don't know. She said some pretty racist things in the chat.
Oh my god,
He's making a case.
that's our member. And it's
He's
members
making a
night.
case.
She's still saying some kind of. I don't know. It's kind
I
of
don't
borderline. I don't
know.
know if you want that kind of stuff in your chat, man. I was,
Do I have to wrench Saggy again?
What?
Saggy, you asked to be unwrenched. You asked me to.
Why is
completely
Saggy forever changing her avatar picture? It's like it's
There's.
it's
That's
on
her.
like
That's her gaming one. Yeah.
oh yeah, it is. You're right. You're right. She switched accounts.
Oh my
It's strange.
God. You want me to give
She
you
got timed
power?
out.
I don't know if
I
it's a
got
good
the
idea.
power.
I don't. I remember.
She already has the power.
I remember
She
the
already
last
has the
time.
power.
Oh, she does on this
She
one.
On
says,
this
"I got
account.
the power,"
She's saying,
Okay,
I have
alright.
my wrench
Oh,
on this
okay.
channel.
but she doesn't have it on the. No, she's a member on the other one, not a.
All right, well-
That's actually kind of funny. She has a wrench on one, and then she's a member on the other.
Yeah, I know.
I like that. I actually like that. That's
She's
funny.
supporting you
and
on both
should
ends.
You should just keep it that way.
All right. Well, the Idol trailer, Lily Rose Depp and the Weeknd star in Sick and the Weeknd.
The Weeknd plays like a cult leader, and
Ooh.
Lily Rose Depp plays an up and coming artist that
What is
the
this?
Weeknd's character like
It looks so
basically
stupid. I'm
tries
sorry.
to-
What is this? What is this?
Yeah,
movie
this looks
called?
dumb.
It just looks like sleazy, like a
yeah.
reason to show like.
This look like a
people
cheap movie.
taking
What's his
drugs
name?
and
It's not the
having sex.
Weekend. Isn't like his name.
Well, Ashley, what's wrong with that?
I like his music.
No,
It's like if it's like without any real story behind it. It's just like a bunch of like superficial, like beautiful people. Like I don't need to see that.
Do you think it's happening because of Johnny Depp's
No,
trial and stuff? Or
no,
this was made
it's not
before?
happening because of that. It was happening like it's because The Weeknd and Sam Levinson who created Euphoria wanted to create a show, and this is the idea that.
Oh,
the
come
Weeknd-
on!
You
I
and
know
the
what you're
Pepsi
doing,
man.
Axel.
Look at he's got 3. He's got a
Yeah,
Pepsi
I know
at the
Pepsi
end.
Man. He's the Pepsi Man.
He's a Pepsi man.
Well,
Those are
I
fake drinks.
respect him for throwing his hat in the ring to act, maybe.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, he
We're gonna
probably
find
better
out.
than The Rock because The Rock is the same motherfucker in every movie.
It's a student film gone wrong.
It's
You know,
true.
here's the thing:
Rock is
the
not
Rock
movie
is, but he's
star.
actually a talented actor when he tries. The problem
Yeah.
is Dwayne the Rock Johnson doesn't actually try.
Thank you.
I think that
he's
his
not
best
even
was the Ballers, and he was. I liked him in Ballers. That's one thing I'm
Ballers-
like, I really liked you in that.
Well, if
Yeah.
you look at the Black Adam trailer, it's like The Rock. He's just The Rock. Like nothing else. Like
Yeah.
I don't see him. Yeah.
There you go.
So
Rhea.
Chris Pratt jokingly says Harrison Ford scared him off from playing Indiana Jones.
Good. Good.
I don't even know who Spielberg is. Who? Steven who? No, aren't they doing Indiana Jones with Harrison Ford? All I know is once I saw a quote from Harrison Ford. I don't even know if it was really him, but it was enough to scare me. And that was like, when I die, Indiana Jones dies. And I'm like, am I going to get haunted by the ghost of Harrison Ford one day when he dies if I play? Yeah. Harrison's going to come
Yes.
back.
Yes. Harrison
Yes.
Ford will haunt,
Yes.
haunt
He will haunt
That's
you.
what-
I don't like that. I like Harrison Ford, but I don't like that he is so like the whole going back to
Max will
Mantles.
come and
I think
haunt you
Indiana
now.
Jones is a
He's
mantle.
coming to haunt you now.
No,
Well,
no,
okay, here's
it
my
is
opinion.
absolutely not a mantle unless I mean if
They
you
already
really,
did Young Indiana
if
Jones.
you
There was
if you
River
really want to
Phoenix.
talk about that, like it was a subpar series. Like I've
No,
watched
there
it,
was
I've
cool
tried
stuff.
to. It's
Wait,
not
wait.
that impressive. It's not
Hold on.
that
What are you
great.
talking about?
Hey, what are you talking
Young
about?
Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Oh, I don't give a
Lucas
shit.
did that.
Oh,
And
Yeah,
River
I'm like, it
Phoenix
wasn't
was young
that
Indy
great.
in the movies.
It
one
wasn't
movie.
that great.
In one
but-
movie, yeah,
but
he was in.
He's
Yeah,
yeah.
but
In
it's
one
been
movie
done.
that
There's a
served a
precedent.
greater purpose, and you know that was.
I don't
that
like.
was a
I
little
don't like how he's gatekeeping the character.
Look, I don't want on the big screen unless Harrison Ford is also in it. I don't want anybody else to play Indiana Jones because sometimes all good things have to come to an end, and that comes to an end when
the shit should have came to an end after part 3.
yeah, but Justin, see, we're trying to end the Snyder cut, and it's very difficult.
Here we go.
Wait, what? Snyderverse is being restored? I gotta play
It's
this.
being restored. Hashtag restore
I have
Snyderverse.
sources.
yeah.
I have sources that something is happening at.
Yep.
Comic-Con.
Yes. 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 Yes.
And they
Yes.
won't tell me
Yes.
what it
Who's
is.
that?
They
Yes.
won't tell me
Can you
what it
tell
is.
us? That's a geek.
We
I
might
think
be.
it might- I think it might be the air.
I
cut,
know
the
what
air
it
cut.
is, so we'll see. We'll see
I
if
think
it's
it might be
true.
the air cut.
We'll see.
Like, I hope it's the
Oh,
air
that-
cut.
Oh, I know someone. Who
I do. I really hope it's the air cut. I just don't think
Matt.
it's gonna. I still don't think it's gonna happen though, because Margot Robbie doesn't want it.
But the air core is better. It's probably better.
Yeah,
than
well,
this.
I'm sure it's a dramatically better movie, but I mean, Matt, are we getting an air cut for Comic-Con?
That's not what it is.
How the fuck would I know? I don't know nothing, man. Like, period, point blank. I got no fucking idea.
What
Look,
does
if
your
it
crystal
happens,
ball tell you?
my crystal ball tells me we're gonna get some real cheap shit coming out of Zaslav, whatever that might be. You know,
Zaslav.
Don't forget the
Zaslav.
Nightwing movie.
Oh yeah, mate. A good fucking.
He's gonna change
Oh,
everything.
don't start
The
that
merger's
again,
coming.
asshole.
Oh, wait,
well, I
will
feel
kick Axel out if he dare shares that quote.
Right?
RJ, you missed Campia again. RJ, you missed Campia again.
But who
Part of
knows?
the
Oh my!
Well,
No,
you
we know.
saw-
I
well,
me,
you
I
saw
know,
Campia,
but
you
we
drug
can't
her.
say.
Okay.
I'm gonna go.
I
I'm
know
gonna go
what it
live
is.
at 9:30 as
Well,
well.
I'm just excited that they have something to announce because it's very
They're
depressing.
going to
being a
announce
DC
some
fan.
shit, but like
pretty
really,
excited about it.
I don't think Marvel is going to drop really all that big of news because
here's
I
an
mean,
article
you got
that says
D23 or whatever
there's
right around the corner.
movie
They'd
and
rather
show
drop it at their
reveals.
own event. than Comic Con. They're just there just for shits and giggles.
Oh, yeah, they're
People
gonna drop it at
move on to
Comic-Con now.
Geekossi. I do like the direct better than Geekossi.
Yeah,
now.
they're there for shits and giggles, just for Andre.
That's it.
Well,
Really?
but here's the thing though: is
Really want to say.
DC Warner
Ooh,
Brothers
where-
is
well-
having a panel for like
DC
all
is-
of Warner Brothers. That's going to include DC because Warner's never has a specific DC only panel, so it's all
I'm not hating
encompassing.
on Super Pets. I
I'm
don't mind that it
excited for
exists.
Super Pets.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
Super
I'm
Pets.
excited for it.
I'm excited for
I
it.
mean,
I'm
some
not
of the-
watching.
Like,
What the
I
fuck?
I'm gonna
know.
go
they
see it in
really
3D.
messed up
Wait.
They
It's a
keep effing up
PG-13 movie,
Cyborg, though.
guys. We should all be excited since it's
I'm-
PG-13.
I'm gonna go see it in D box.
And when it
Oh,
doesn't
God.
make that much money, then
Well,
Like,
but
is
the
that
thing
just
is-
is that a sexual thing, Andre? Like, you're just gonna put a chain on and like get yourself into a doggy kennel and be like, I deserve this. I deserve this.
I gotta break out and save my friends.
Well, Black Panther 2 reveals first look, probably a trailer. That's going to be
No.
amazing.
Nope.
Oh, they're gonna, I
Werewolf
don't know
Night.
about a trailer, but
These
definitely
all
some.
these all seem very possible.
No.
What if returns with footage?
No.
She-Hulk will definitely be at Marvel because it
Justin?
opens in
This is the stuff I love. This is-
No. It's
definitely be
no.
in
It,
there.
I'm not saying not talking about it. Like what I'm referring to is Black Panther 2. I'm
RJ's
sorry.
here.
I'm sorry.
Hi. What's up?
Dude,
No,
it comes out in
there's a lot
November. Of course, it's going to be
I
there.
actually was going to do a single video topic in reply to K-Dots. He released the video.
Oh,
Some
yeah,
people
no,
are really not have a lot of concerns about Black Panther 2. I want to discuss that. I'm really looking forward to it.
K-Dots is a DC cultist. Don't worry about it.
But no, but he's right. But he's right.
I
when it
know.
comes
I
to,
know.
like, yeah, like we talked about it.
Brother
I mean,
Hotep has no opinion. He shall
we're-
not have no opinion.
we are strong on recast T'Challa, and like in talking about making sure the mantle carries on with T'Challa when his story is just getting started. So it's a big.
But are they
thing.
going to recast T'Challa?
They should.
They should.
I don't know if
They
they
should.
will.
I don't.
They should.
I don't. I think they. I think it was said in like what
Ooh,
the
I
Winter Falcon and the Winter Soldier that he died or something.
Well,
was I wrong on that?
No, they haven't.
They didn't say that.
No, not yet.
Oh, okay, maybe I was wrong. Okay.
Although I think if they really wanted to shake up casting, Henry Cavill would be a great Black Panther.
Okay.
Oh,
You're doing that.
Max, click the link. I put in
Michael
the
Eisner.
All right, guys, I gotta run. My stream's in a few minutes, so
Well, yeah.
I guess I'm gonna go watch anime trailers. So
I thought Brian was here.
I
for
gotta
a
go
second.
too because I'm
Yeah,
also
good
gonna
luck
go
with
live.
that.
Oh yeah. Don't you?
We went over this before, though, Anthony. I
What?
think.
Take
That
care,
was-
Matt. No, okay.
No, it's a different one. It's a different one.
All right, I gotta go too because I'm about to go live as well, and we're gonna
Oh,
talk
you
about
see?
we're gonna talk about the Reddit leaks about Comic Con coming up.
Really? I haven't read it.
Quantumania, Wakanda Forever, Marvels, Fantastic Four.
Well, put
Talk
your.
about some shit.
You have a? Are you a mod? Put your
No,
link.
you never made me a mod. You don't. I guess
Oh,
you don't
Matt,
trust
you
me.
don't
now.
make people mods.
I did. I made everyone
You
mods.
used to, and then
there
you
was
said-
one.
like,
There was
nah.
one friend that I had that was, I didn't like all his takes on the internet, and I had
No,
a joke
I
that
used
I
to be
made
a mod on this
every.
channel, and then that was
Justin,
pre-purge.
Justin
I
knows
was
Black
never a mod,
Angus. You
man.
know Black Angus, right, Justin?
Yeah. Why?
I used to make everyone a mod except him, just to mess with them. But that ended up very bad. It was like a block party. Everyone was blocking everyone, just as a joke. And I used to
Just
call them
as
my
a
mod.
joke.
It's my mod squad. Because it was really funny seeing everyone in the chat all mods except them.
That's racist.
No, it's not.
Get out of
It
here!
had
Get out of here! No
nothing,
way.
had nothing to do with his nationality. It had to do with his horrible takes on Twitter. Okay.
All right. Whatever.
Sub to Nicotina. Okay, there you go. Sub to Reyes
to
taking care of.
nicotine.
Yeah, to be
No,
honest,
no
you guys,
thanks.
I'm 9 subs away from 1,300, so that'd be great
Good
if I can get
job.
9 more people to subscribe to my
Now
channel.
10.
75 people here.
Now 10 away. I just
And don't forget Ashley.
Oh, thanks a lot, Caden.
Go
I appreciate
10
it.
away.
Ashley deserves to get the 1K.
All right,
and
you're
don't
all
forget
right, you're 15
RJ.
away. Good
Marvel
job.
Mania had to restart because
Now I'm 30 away. Shit.
No,
God.
once you reach that mark, what I do is like I sub and then unsub multiple times.
Oh,
Yeah.
you son of
I
a
do that
bitch.
too.
He's one of those. He's one of
I did
those.
that. No, I've done that to
You admitted that-
everybody.
you
Like
admitted
when
that to
when,
me
the
before.
when Black
worst.
Angus had a
Black
1,000
Angus.
sub celebration. I unsubbed and subbed about I don't know, like 30 times just to mess with him because he would be like, "Yay!" and then like, "Oh shit, yay!" It was like,
Oh, there it
funny.
goes again. Oh, damn you.
Nicotina. Yeah, come on. We really need to get Ashley to 1K before the end of this year, for sure.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the 70 that I hear.
Gotta get her
I've
there
made my
before-
markers every for my goals. So the next goal, hopefully by
This is so
mid of
precious.
August, we'll be at 700. That's the
All
goal.
right. Get to
70
get her to
away.
700.
Fucking
Woo! Okay. What else did I have to talk about?
All right, I'll see you guys later. I'm
I
gonna go.
did have a Geek Aussie article though.
All right.
No, click the link that I put in the
All
thing.
right, bye guys.
I'm just kidding, RG. RG, you got here.
Yeah,
Max, click the link that I put. It's different. It's not the same one. It's different.
Why is everyone get in here? Caden? RJ, Axel? What's
Yeah,
the
no
hell?
mind.
All right.
Okay, yeah, you're going out. No, Axel is not going to be here. Nope.
Why?
Because he's doing that weird, annoying Korg shit.
Oh, let him on. I'm not going to play it. Let him on. He's a member.
No, he has the avatar and he's doing the voice.
It doesn't matter as long as he doesn't play. As long as he doesn't
No,
play.
no, it's
Listen,
still...
It's members night. You have to.
Caden, he's a member. Where did he go?
He left.
You done hurt Axel's feelings.
He probably went to Nicotina's stream.
Yeah, probably Nicotina. Talk shit about
Caden,
Marvel.
you cost me a member. There you go.
What?
You had members, Max?
I do.
Thanks, Dan.
You did.
Well, that's not cool, Caden. Be nice to Axel.
By the way,
wants to play and stuff.
just so we're all on the same page, Werewolf by Night, the entire plot leaked. So if you're interested in that, just be careful. So
I thought that we could not confirm that.
It's either fake or real. Who knows?
well, there's
Saggy,
one that
what
just
do you-
got posted. There's one that just got posted. So
Saggy, please.
Give me the link. I want to see it.
Oh my god.
Damn, Art. Damn,
Whoa!
something's going on.
Yeah,
What's
she done
going
dropped
on?
it all out there.
Who is she talking about?
Whoa!
Oh, Jason E, stop it. No. Come on, Jason E. Enough of this.
I think that he's like
member
taking what
fights,
she's
member
saying
fights.
and
No,
This is
Jason,
a member.
the Sinise guy isn't a member, so
yeah.
Yeah, RJ,
Come on,
get your
forward,
shit
But like
right.
Saggy is just like playing around. She's not like being serious, but now like you're coming at her, and now she's on 10. Like so.
All right, but
I mean, suppose he's a new guy, doesn't get it.
No, he's been here.
all right. Let's move on. Let's move on.
But it's okay. What we talking about?
All right. I was gonna bring up all the mantles, but we kind of went over that already. I was gonna bring up Rings of Power, why Gandalf probably isn't in Lord.
No,
the only other article I had was this. Well, this one. Yeah, go ahead, Anthony. What do you want me to say about this? Tales
Well,
from the...
you guys scroll down. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, just read it. I just followed on Twitter. So
Bill Murray is in it. No, fuck this.
What's wrong with Bill Murray?
Nothing's wrong with Bill Murray, but I don't think he would stoop that low. No,
He is
in
in
it.
it.
He is in it.
Stoop low.
He talks about it.
You're really down. You're really down on superhero projects.
No, I'm not as much as I am. Just like I don't think Bill Murray is going to be in it. Therefore, I can't. I
he
can
already
question.
been confirmed.
Yeah,
He's already in it.
no. This is bullshit.
It's already been confirmed though, Justin. It's already happened.
Oh wait, is it really?
Yes, really a thing.
Yes, Justin.
Okay.
I don't believe that. That's
it's
There's
true.
clips of him talking about it.
Bill Murray Marvel. Okay. Well, if he talked about it already, I don't know.
All right.
I take everything with a with a grain of salt. I'm
That goes without
curious.
saying. These are rumors. Yeah, but yeah.
That's not a rumor though. He literally said I'm gonna be
Okay, I guess it is a thing. All right, cool. I guess.
Okay, I just like what's happening? What did you just say? What did we read? I'm sorry.
Well, this is a Reddit post that Anthony wanted me to bring up here about. This is more leaks, I guess.
Yeah,
Quantum
more
Mania
leaks.
more
confirmed.
rumors, not leaks. It's rumors.
Daniel
Rumors,
RPK's plot leak. Well, these are spoilers. I don't know if I want to.
Oh, I don't know if it's
Yeah, I'm
spoilers.
gonna click on that link. I will get it later.
It's not spoilers if you think about it. If it's just
It's just rumors, things that could be
Charlie
possible.
Cox only filmed for a few days. Oh, that's not. I'm not too happy about that.
Wait,
What?
What's going on?
This one says for Echo, Charlie Cox only filmed for 3 days. I heard
it's
for
not his-
Deconstructing,
Yeah,
it's
not
3
his show.
episodes.
It's
3
not his
episodes.
show.
Yeah, but I heard he was in 3 episodes.
Yeah, 3 out of
That's-
fucking.
But
maybe
it's
two.
only filming for 3
I
days
mean,
does not seem like 3 episodes.
You guys know that it's possible
and
to have multiple episodes be filmed all at once because of a guy's schedule. It's possible.
Also, what can happen is you can film for 2 weeks, and that can be for a few days. 3 weeks, few days. 4 weeks, few days. Like, few days is a lot.
And he might be in 3 episodes, but
Yeah, you can have like
it'd be
an anchor.
very little.
I mean, and this could be 12-hour
as
days,
well.
and you have a lot of time in like just 3 days. You
I-
have 36 hours of footage. Great.
I like the werewolf
Theoretically.
thing.
Oh,
Sounds
Eternals
cool.
2 is on track?
Yep.
Ah!
Yep. And she might, and they're revamping it, and they said they're either gonna cap her or she will not be involved at all. Like make sure that they really oversee her if she's involved in the project, or she will be out.
I'm
Didn't
sorry
they-
to go
I
about
think
this
she's
whole
out.
superhero thing stuff. Like, I'm not against superhero movies, but
Chloe
come on,
Bennett.
it was an hour into the Eternals, and they're still introducing new characters.
I
They
don't-
finally got to Kumail Nanjiani.
They were never all
I was-
together.
And I was
a
and I
team.
was interested, but I was like, after an hour in, I was like, this is fucking boring.
It was
Like-
a pretty bad movie.
Like, come on. Like, and then like
It's not my
the guy,
favorite, no.
dude, just no. Was the box office okay at least? Is there a reason
It
to
was- it
justify
underper-
its existence?
I think it underperformed their expectations. But
I think
wasn't
it
a
made what
bomb.
400 million.
It wasn't a bomb or anything.
I
but,
have to look. I
Oh,
can't remember.
okay.
Did
It wasn't
reach the
It
500
wasn't
million?
comparable to their other new properties. Like
No, it made the same thing. I mean, if you think back, and this is a readjustment of new characters and introducing, it made
Yeah,
the same
it-
thing on par
it made
with
2
Captain
times
America,
profit.
the first Avenger, and other films. So it's pretty much on par with those when you first.
Yeah,
meet these
yeah, but
characters.
you know, you have to think about
It's box
inflation
office
and
times
I'm
profit.
talking about
402.
2021 too. Like
yeah,
it was still
and
COVID.
it was
Well,
pandemic,
yeah,
and
pandemic.
it made $402 million at the box
Okay.
office, but
I'm
it
just-
did.
yeah.
Well, we
It was
are
panned
actually
by the
at
critics.
2 hours, 2.5 hours, and it's 12:30 for me. And I just realized that my weekend is over, and I got to get to sleep for work. Get
You
sleep
work?
for
shit.
I thought this was
Yeah, no, I'm not going full time yet. I'm gonna quit my job and do YouTube full time.
Not
Just wait for that.
quitting.
No,
Not quitting, bro.
maybe if I got the 10K or 20K or something, I'm like, well, yeah, maybe I could run at this. I don't know.
Well, I mean, as long as John Campia keeps popping by, okay.
Yeah.
No,
Dropping mad money.
but no, like I am serious when I say I don't hate superhero movies. I was just saying.
Oh, great!
I
Yeah. Look, we should have ended. Look at this. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Look who comes in.
Did you get them?
Oh God.
We've been like 3 streams without them.
Yep, I
3
got them.
streams with-
Yes, I got them.
Okay.
Finally.
You know,
Or did I get them?
I don't know who, but one of us did. So
that's fantastic.
whoever
Yay.
got it on StreamYard got it.
No,
Yeah.
but no, my only criticism is like I don't want to see a Black Panther 2. It doesn't seem right. It feels like a more grandiose version of capitalizing on somebody's death. I don't like that from a moral standpoint.
I don't like the creepiness of like if the leak is true, if he dies of a sickness. That is the part that just like, also too, like I don't want him to die either because I want the mantle to continue. But you can't even do like something with someone in is a body double in the suit and then give him a completely different death. So that's what's going on. That's just like that's really eerie. And I don't
It wasn't there rumors at first that they were gonna do a CGI child and then Disney said no to it or something like that. Wasn't that rumors at first?
Yeah.
I don't know. The people were asking about it. I think that they could have, they didn't have to CGI his face either. They could have just put someone same body build in the suit with the mask on and then never show the face, I mean, they could have brought in a stunt double to do that, but I didn't want to I'm hashtag recast the child.
Yeah, and the thing, like, I don't know why the director was like. I think the director's also emotional too. Like he's like, no, I don't want to recast him. So like, I don't. It was just his decision and stuff like that. So like, I don't
think they should recast him in this one. Wait till the next movie to recast him.
I know, but the fact that you actually killed him here in this one, unless you're going to do a variant version, okay. They said that they were going to honor him. So they have talked publicly about honoring him and showing some type of a funeral procession in this film. Okay, stuff that's the leaks is, the child, the secret child and things like that.
Not to interrupt, but I also heard a leak where he's not going to officially die, that he's just going to disappear and they're going to hold a funeral for him that he's dead.
I would love that. I would love, please do that.
That he
please
fights.
Do that.
So here's the rumor I heard that he fights Namor. Namor, punches him. He goes off into the water, never surfaces. They assume he's dead because he doesn't come back. Shuri ends up going to the ancestors plane or whatever they call it to, get advice from him for, how do we win? I need advice. Let's talk to T'Challa. And he's not there. And then that leaves you hanging like, well, is he dead? Is he alive? Why is he not in the plane? She ends up talking to Michael B. Jordan's character, gets the advice, movie carries on, blah, blah, blah. So
see, that would be better.
And I would hope that, or even like, which we talked about it before, it being like, even though it would be kind of like a prequel, if it was during the blip even, and you already have him gone during that time, and it's like a time where they're honoring him then, and like, Wakanda's in this disarray, because they don't have a king and they don't have the Black Panther. That would have been interesting to see. But if he doesn't die and he just disappears, I would love that, because then you leave that open for eventually to bring in a different version of T'Challa. I can understand not in the second film.
I don't mean to cut the conversation short by him.
We gotta go. Yeah,
it's going to be 1:00 for me. Thank you, all the members. We had a great fire stream, great conversation. We all deserve applause. We handled a hard topic with nuance and had a lot of fun discussing it and a lot of great points. Thank you all. Support everyone, and we'll see you next time.